outfit that look like she's just dripping in blood, that's kind of hot.
Yo,
of course,
and what's going on, people?
Kind of hot.
Welcome.
Hot that shit.
Welcome
hot,
to another episode of the next podcast. Guys, do not check your calendars. Yes, we are a day early because K Mega, like he would have been too full last night. Tomorrow. With the whole Turkey Day and everything like that. He's like, man, we can't have it on Thursday. So we are here on a Wednesday for you guys. What is up, chat? Good to see everybody here. It was funny because, like, Pred's like, yo, we're not doing a show next week, right? He said this last week, and K-Mega's like, he's like, yo, Bot will definitely try to do a show. And he was right. Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome to a special Thanksgiving Eve episode of the next podcast, and we have some crazy topics to talk about, and one of them coming over from last week that I really wanted to talk about, and I am glad that my brother K Mega is here. So let's get into the intros real quick, and I'm gonna start with the man coming live from the 405, and he's just trying to talk to the intelligent gamers out there. I keep using that K Mega because I absolutely love that saying, by the way. Like, you give me an excuse to say that every week. But K Mega, what is up, bro?
Welcome to the GRG podcast, baby. We're doing it live.
Dude, this looks too good to be GRG. What are you talking about, man?
Shit, this is a downgrade, man. What's going on, man?
Dude, I got movement everywhere,
bro,
man.
You
static pictures here.
Bro, you've seen the new layout. You've seen the new GRG layout. The only thing that was the problem is that I got to figure out how to do, because with this new me thing, what I'm going to do with, like, the people's profile pictures and, like, how I got to place that. That's the only thing that I got to do that's left. My man, this is good. This is above average. I Bot, you do good job, for above average stuff. But, man, since it's the GRG podcast now, what's up, everybody? We doing it. This is your host, K-Mega405, but I'm going to let my boy Xbot do this shit. Go ahead, man.
Dude, how is this GRG? Yo, guys, I don't even know what's going on anymore. Dude, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Stubbs Gaming, I was guesting on his show before this show, right? And I told him I might take over his show, and then I didn't expect it. But you came in on this show, and you're trying to take over on this show, so it's like a chain event here.
Well, you took over the fight night. you made it yours. You was like, listen, what's up, everybody?
Okay. I get you.
Yeah. That was pretty fun. But anyway, man, good to be here as usual. I wasn't planning on coming in, but I mean, I know Bot, he was going to try to get it going, and so I can't leave my boy hanging. So let's get it going.
I appreciate it, brother. Definitely appreciate it, especially coming from a co-founder of the next podcast. It is always good to have you on, bro. That doesn't mean you get a paycheck, though. I'm just saying that.
I know that shit. I'm due, bro. I'm real due.
He's like, I'm overdue, man.
Bot's just gonna give you 50 cents, bro. Come on.
Wow. Wow. Man. Well, guys, next on the list, let's go to the Lone Star State. And guys, I gotta warn you, it seems like he is in a certain mood tonight, yo. It might be classic Predator tonight, yo. Predator, what is up, brother?
Oh man, I'm not in no kind of mood. What are you talking about,
dude?
I'm just chilling tonight,
man. Off air, you were crazy.
Yeah, behind the scenes, I'm gonna be myself. But, I'm gonna be a nice professional asshole right here on the channel today.
You say nice professional asshole?
Yeah. No, I didn't say that at all.
That's what I heard, man. Maybe that was just my own wording kind of thrown in there.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have a great show. Get ready for Turkey Day. Some collard greens, cornbread ready. We got it. We
cornbread,
good.
Hell yeah.
We good, man.
I'm down.
We'll down. We'll see what things you guys say to tee me off, though. I'm gonna have to jump in with some
on that note,
later.
I would say on that note, I need to introduce the man, the other one that lives in Connecticut, a Connecticut resident, a New England gamer, the man who came up with hashtag Crispy Truth. What is up, Crispy?
Oh, what's up? Hope you don't. Oh, wait, you don't have Comcast, Bot. Well, guess what? You won't have to pay for data caps, so that's cool. Yeah, we're in one of those great states that it's just like, hey, we're gonna charge you more money for your cable when my
Why
shit's
not?
already $200. Get the fuck out of here. I'm just saying.
Damn, $200 for you, bro.
Yeah, well, I bundled together, and then they're like, "Oh, your contract's up, so here's another $60 you got to pay."
Yo,
and I'm
cut
like,
that
"Well,
cord, man. Get that
well,
cable out of there."
I'm waiting. We're about to in my area get fiber optic. Okay,
Oh.
it's called Go Speed Internet, and they're putting up fiber optic lines on the throughout the town. So I'm waiting for that, and then I'm cutting the cord, and it's just going to be all that goodness that is fiber optics, and I'm going to love that. But what is up, chat? Yes, we are here on Wednesday because we all know we're going to be sleeping. We're going to be sleeping tomorrow night, or we're going to be half asleep, or we're going to be drunk or some
half
shit.
asleep
Who
in
knows?
Gaming tomorrow. What are you talking about? Yo?
We're going to be like, "Oh, you beat my ass. I'm sorry." No, but let's have some fun and enjoy the show, guys.
Nice, brother. And next, we got to go all the way to the other side of the country. That's right, my West Coast brother, the man who used to save the world, but then he just he got a major attitude and said, "You know what? Screw it all, yo." Knoxximus, what is up, brother?
I got sick of saving people's asses, man. That's what happened.
Yo.
Fucking people keep ruining the world, man.
Yo, Dark, I gotta ask you, man. You put in an article in the DM. It was kind of like the last article that you put in there. Did you want to make that a topic? Because we can make that a topic if you want, brother.
You know I did that.
No. Guess what? We are putting that on the topics list, man. And
Go ahead.
you're gonna kick it off. You're gonna start that whole thing, man. I'm just letting you know that now.
Actually, the funny thing is I didn't even read the article.
Yeah. Well, see what you did. You see what you did there. You better start reading, man.
I'm messing with you because you were fucking messing with me on Twitter. It was, why? Why?
Yeah. Why?
Why?
Guys, yo, panel and chat, real quick before we get into it. Dark thinks that like Xbox first party, they need to make a.
I didn't say they need.
Oh my goodness!
I said
let
it
me
would
finish.
be cool
Would
if
you
they
let me
did.
finish? Yeah, I think
I'm just pointing out the fucking facts.
I can speak Darkotimus.
You're making it sound like I said they need to do it.
Yeah, that's what you said.
K-Mag sipping on that coffee right now, bro.
Guys, panel, and just anybody chime in real quick, and then we'll get into the first topic. Yo, does Xbox need a Dark Souls game? Really? Do they?
I made a video yesterday talking
I
about
didn't say they need it.
talking about that. I said, look, I mean, it's a popular genre, and I told them there's two games that they could do. The one game, and I've said this many of times, was Atagi. That is that's made from software. That was an OG Xbox title. It would be fantastic for them to bring that game. I actually like that game, unlike Dark Souls. So it's like it would make sense for them to introduce those type of games now, since they're so popular to a certain demographic.
Really,
so yeah,
I would say, are they really that popular? Because the only thing when it comes down to it, like
Dark Souls 2 sold like
popular.
10 million. I think that was like two years ago.
Well, okay,
a year or two ago?
10 million, pretty good across the board there. That's definitely
great.
That's a popular
that's
title.
great.
All right.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I was going to say, the reason why, and Demon Souls, graphically does look good and all that good stuff, right?
Mm-hmm,
but a lot of people are talking about it that they're into console wars, so it's just we got that, you know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people get into.
That was the game that I was talking about was Ninja Blade. I couldn't think of the name of the game when I said the video. I was like Ninja something. People thought I was saying Ninja Gaiden. No, it was Ninja Blade. That was another game from software. That was
a poor man's Ninja Gaiden.
That game was fire though. That game was real hot,
man.
Bro. That game was hot. But I'm sorry to interrupt. But that's it right there.
I wasn't putting that out there just to start some console war bullshit. I was putting that out there.
I didn't say you.
Because I think it was gonna be. I thought to myself, like, that would actually be kind of cool if they actually did something like that.
No, I got you. I hear you on.
You're always talking about variety, bot, and I think if they put that on Xbox, I mean, that would be, killer.
If
But
we're talking about
I mean,
variety, where's the panty shooter game on Xbox? Like, let's go, people. You know, we need that. The panty shooter game on
Oh,
Xbox as
come
well.
on,
Come on,
Bot.
man.
Come,
What the hell?
come
You want
on,
another
Bot.
Leisure Shoot Larry or some shit? Like,
I
what the
think
fuck?
aren't they doing another Leisure Suit
He
Larry?
wants shower with dad. That's what he wants.
Wow, guys. On that note, yo, guys, if we haven't entertained you yet, I don't know what is going on. Yo, hit that thumbs up button, share this show out, and let people know where you are on a Wednesday night, even if you are using this as a pregame, because shout out to Gaming Beyond the Box as well. Yo, shout out to my brother Wilmy. I want to let people know we are not trying to step on any toes here. I'm trying to make sure that we're staying consistent week after week with the show, because I did go 3 weeks, and it definitely, it was warranted, medical issues, stuff like that. But I did go 3 weeks off of this channel, and I'm back. We're back with the show, and I just want to make sure we stay consistent and whatnot.
That algorithm hits your ass.
What are you talking? What are you talking about?
Hey,
Look what
bro.
I can do.
I know.
Yeah. Well, dude, for a long time, this was my only revenue, man. Like,
right. No,
you know
I know. Yeah.
But no, and
like,
still, like, it felt weird for those 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? For like every Thursday and then every Sunday, like. And as I was going through this stuff, man, I even tried to come back a week early, and you guys are like, nah, man, your situation's more important. Just sit, rest, do what you got to do. Like, I was trying to come back after 2 weeks, and I listened to the panel on that one. You know what I'm saying?
And now you're making us suffer by having a show tonight.
Yes, I am. So,
Only you, K Mega. Dude,
Guys.
like, what am I? Come on now.
Yo, as you can see, K Mega, out of the kindness of his heart, is here tonight, but he doesn't want to be. So make this the most popular next podcast ever, guys. Yo, do it.
Get this man a Snickers, Bot. Get this man a Snickers.
I'm gonna have me a Snickers right here. It's called Crown Royal Black. I'm gonna get.
That's
get
nothing like.
Well, it
Snickers.
is the biggest drinking day of the year, so why not?
Oh no! Is that
After I
a
drink my
warning,
water,
Crispy? Crispy, is that a warning to all of us right now?
Warning, Bot.
Yeah, warning bot. Well, guys, on that note, let's get into the first subject. Let's warm up a little bit. So let's talk about Red Dead Redemption, or better yet, Red Dead Online, where Rockstar has decided that they're gonna break Red Dead Online off of Red Dead Redemption and make it kind of like its own standalone game. Yo, oh, shout out to Vogel. Vogel, first off, it is great to see you in the chat, brother, man. Dude, you have been a friend for a long time, and it is good to see you hitting up that super chat. And he says, hey, at 8, I'm bouncing out for Gaming Beyond the Box. LOL. Brother, you do what you got to do, man. It is all good, dude. It is good to see you in the chat, though. But Rockstar has decided to spin off Red Dead Online, make it its own game. Not only that, I think the weird part about this is they're not going free to play, at least not right off the bat. When they spin it off, it's going to be a $5 game for anybody who doesn't have like Red Dead Redemption, who didn't buy that full package game in the beginning. And yo, shout out to Master Clowns X3. What is going on, brother? He says dropping in to say hello. Well, hello back to you, man. And thank you for hanging out with me during my Forza Horizon 4 live stream. Unfortunately, K Mega wasn't racing against me. Otherwise, you would have seen a lot of first places coming in for Xbox 448. But maybe next time. We'll stream it together. So this way, K Mega can get used to that second place feeling and stop playing that game on easy. Nothing from K Mega. I'm trying to poke him here. But
bro, listen. Your
Nothing.
gameplay last week showed you driving with Kulan.
That wasn't me. That wasn't my driving, and that was
you.
That was 2 weeks ago, actually, brother. You are drinking that crown, man. You are.
No. Whose gameplay was that? Because nobody else gave you gameplay.
That was something that I grabbed for the Series X podcast. And
okay.
okay.
All
right.
So you
just
so
let
you
it be.
stealing clips?
Yeah,
You stealing clips?
Little
Okay. All right,
little bit. But no, it was I grabbed it to make a specific point on something. There was something that Series X I was doing on that show. Maybe you should actually check out that show sometimes, brother. It's a really good show, man.
Ooh, is he just calling you out
in here?
Yeah.
He just called you out there, Mega?
No,
You gonna let him
did
talk to you like that?
Mega,
You gonna let him talk to you like that?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, he comes on when 60 Minutes come on. I watch my news, bro. I don't be playing, man. I mean, what you doing? What you doing? Anyway.
Right. But like I said, getting back to Rockstar, Red Dead Online will now be its own standalone game. They are going to be charging $5, which is kind of weird to me. Usually if you spin a part of the game off as a standalone, usually that becomes like a free to play or something like that. That would have made more sense to me. I don't know. Let's go to the West Coast on this first. Dark, what do you think about this move here and why? Like, why do you think Rockstar decided to break this off and not make it free to play? We all know Rockstar loves microtransactions and whatnot, and this is like a golden opportunity to throw out a free to play online game and then kind of go ham with microtransactions. What do you think about this move, and why do you think they're doing this? Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people who love
Oh, here we go.
multiplayer, and I get it. For me, it was just like, okay, whatever. I don't know. I just I didn't really care that they were doing it. It was just like, okay, well, if it's already there in Red Dead Redemption 2, why are they doing this? Like, I don't understand why they're trying to separate it. I mean, unless they're trying to make more games or different games or something. But I mean, I really don't see the point in it. I mean, I do to a certain extent that it's just gonna be like, it's not gonna be attached to Red Dead Redemption 2 or whatever the next Red Dead Redemption will be. So I mean, I guess that's a plus. But I mean, honestly, I really, when I saw the article, I just skimmed through it and was just like, okay,
can I give you a theory on this? Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, and I want to hear your feedback after this. What if, when it comes to Red Dead Redemption 2, a lot of people bought that game, a lot of people got into the campaign. I think when they got into the online stuff, I don't think it was as popular as Rockstar wanted it to be with people who bought the game. And I think what it is they might be trying to entice people who didn't buy Red Dead Redemption 2 to just spend a couple bucks, $5 or so, try to build up that online kind of like community.
Damn it, bot.
What? It was my thought, man.
Damn it.
What do you think about that, Dark? Is that a possibility there?
That what? I really didn't hear.
You know what, Dark? I'm moving on. You know what? Screw you. I am moving on. Let me move to Crispy real quick. No, you think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? You're done. You're done.
I didn't fucking hear you.
You weren't listening.
No, it's because the shit's cutting out on me.
It's all good over here. You should probably move to the East Coast, man. Our hangouts and our meets are a lot stronger on this side. I don't know why, man. But yeah, I'm feeling feisty. It must be because of Stubbs. It was because of Stubbs and the show I did before. Yo, Crispy, Rockstar is taking Red Dead Online and spinning it off of Red Dead Redemption 2, charging people $5 to get into this game. Like, I gotta ask you, man, what are your thoughts on this? Why do you think they did this? And like, to me, it's a head scratcher that they would make it $5. If you're gonna make it $5, why not make it free? And kind of throw sprinkle in microtransactions here and there to kind of like get your money back or whatnot. I'm really baffled at this whole $5 thing. What do you think, bro?
Well, I mean, Rockstar is known for not having like free-to-play games as of yet. I think they're going to that model. I think $5 is trying to push engagement on something that hasn't really, for the development cost, probably hasn't made the money that they want. Also, you got to think about how big is probably a Red Dead with both games attached? As far as storage size. So you think about it, like if you're splitting the two games up, like we've been hearing a lot of games are starting to do, and we've already seen them even on the One X at some point. I just feel that I don't understand the $5. Just make it free to play.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think they're just trying to push engagement on the something that they've probably been working really hard to make better, and they want people to actually try it out again. So we'll see. I mean, $5, like just bring it to Game Pass or something if you really want to push engagement. That's my opinion on it.
Crispy,
but
what do you
I'm
mean by
also an
pushing
Xbox
engagement?
gamer.
What do you mean by like what do you think's going on here that they decided to do this, man?
Well, I mean, you look at games, for example, like okay, you have a game, you put a new like Destiny for you, okay? You have a whole new thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And there's not really like what Red Dead is kind of the same model that GTA Online is. It's more or less like you do the same things just in a Western environment, kind of. You know what I mean? Like Destiny is basically the same thing over and over again, but it adds a new elements to it. Red Dead, if you don't have the people that are playing it, why even bother adding on any story or anything like that? So maybe they're just trying to see if there's, especially on the Series X and stuff like that, and the PlayStation 5, maybe there's a new like audience that says, hey, I want to see how this game works. And maybe they worked on it on the back end of how it runs and everything. Maybe there's a reason for them to put it at $5 and say, okay, well, this is going to be the only game you have to download now. You don't have to buy the full game. So it makes sense in one way, but I would more think it would, if you want engagement, you go to a free to play model, or you go to a subscription-based service like Game Pass, or even you can go to, Luna or whatever that, Stadia, which has like one person playing it, but
you had to throw that in there.
You go to those type of models and say, hey, like especially Luna, because they're kind of going trying to do the same thing Game Pass do. Hey, we'll throw this on here for free. But I feel like Rockstar's always reluctant to do things like that, so I think that's the only reason why they're charging $5. To be honest,
I got you. The point for people who have Red Dead Redemption 2, who got like the total package, the point you made about splitting the game up or whatever, possibly, if you're not playing the multiplayer, you can uninstall that part and kind of just keep the campaign. I like that idea. Pushing engagement, again, I feel like Rockstar was not happy with the numbers in terms of people playing Red Dead Online, and I do feel like they're trying to boost those numbers up. They're trying to get it to where they feel comfortable, moving forward and stuff like that. So a bunch of great points there, brother. I gotta say, shout out to Jesse Darby hitting up that super chat, and this is funny. He says, Xbot, I'm not happy until I get an Oregon Trail remaster, and he actually in before that he said a super remastered Oregon Trail. Now, brother, I will investigate and see if there is a project going on that will give you
Please
what
God,
you want,
no.
sir.
Please God, no. Thank you.
Please God, no. No, you don't want your family to die of dysentery? Yeah.
I don't think you could even make that game now because of how like sketchy the story was. Like, I'm just saying.
80 floppy disks if I can play that game.
Yeah. Bring back
fucking 3.
It's one Call of Duty download. There you go.
Yo, they need to bring back floppy disks just to make that remaster. That's it. Like, have a floppy disk installer and go from there. But Pred, what do you think about this move? You not only are you a gamer, but you look at the business side of things as well. What do you think kind of got them to do this, and what do you think the benefit for Rockstar is going to be? What do you think they're trying to accomplish with Red Dead Online being spun off, but still being like charged $5 for people who want to get in there?
I just think they're trying to get people, like someone said, getting them engaged into the game, but I think they have a bigger plan. I mean, like, you got to think off the success they had at Grand Theft Auto, having that game around for a whole fucking generation twice. 5
generation
times.
twice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
if they can get at least a portion of that out of Red Dead, and maybe that's what initially they probably thought they're going to be able to make this game survive a lot longer than it has, and it hasn't been. I really haven't heard anybody talking about playing Red Dead online at all. Like,
that's true.
To be honest with you, like I don't hear anyone talking about it, but I would think that they're doing this to get people involved, start selling their gold bars or their microtransactions, whatever the fuck they're called now.
Gold bar.
Yeah, I think they're called gold. You buy gold bars instead of shark cards, right? So I think it's to get people engaged in that, and I think maybe they have a lot of planning for this game going forward that we're not seeing yet. Because again, we haven't heard of a GTA 6 yet, and that's and to make money to make a GTA 6, they have to make money other ways. So if they get
hold on to make a GTA 6, they need to make money. They have been making money hand over
no. I'm
fist.
saying like to continue to make more money, they're going to milk us
there you
out
go.
of this game.
There you go.
And that will help expand, what they're. I mean, I don't think. I mean, we keep hearing rumors of GTA 6. I don't think that game's coming for a while. Like, I think they're because they milked 5 for so long, and I'm pretty sure they're working on it. Obviously, we know that, but like, if they don't have to release that yet, they're not going to release it yet. They're going to try and milk out what they can out of Red Dead. If they can get another 30% share of money out of that game, they're going to try and get that out of us.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure they got some DLC coming. They got some other, like, I'm sure they do. I mean, the plan for this game wasn't for it to die in a year and a half, So that's what this is for. I think maybe they had to shift focus and say, okay, well, we don't have the engagement in this that we thought we were going to have at this point. So, like, we still have people playing GTA 5 that are, and they're not playing this game. So maybe we need to shift focus and try to get them involved in this game a little more by offering it, just this version of it, for $5. And like someone else said, this should have been free to play. You're right, it should have been free to play. But I don't know if this is going to work, because I don't think this genre with Red Dead is going to be as popular as it was with GTA 5.
Yeah,
that microtransaction, because like it's Western. You can't drive cars. Let's say add that, like the little buggies and shit like that. But like
buy a horse with a spoiler.
Yeah, like a Model T or something like that. I don't know, but like, I mean, there's only so far you can go into that time frame. I mean, again, the game was great. And I think between that and God of War, like, it was a toss up for me. I think that was the year they both came out for Game of the Year. Like, the game was amazing to me, but I never got into the online part of it. I just never did. I got that game for the story, and it was a long ass story. So, and I got done with the story. Even like the epilogue was fucking long as shit too. For people who played it, and then and then even getting started with the online part of it, it seemed like it was like slow developing, and I just didn't feel like going through all that shit. So, but I think they're trying to get people to get into it, because I don't think, somebody tell me in chat, you couldn't start the online part until you beat the game, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Is that right?
Yeah,
right.
Like,
not
everybody trying to play that game like that right now.
and then they, because you had to beat the game in order to get to achieve that point, and then once and then like afterwards they were going to release it, and I think they did it like what, 3 to 6 months after the game came out or something like that.
Go straight to the online part now.
Yeah, where you can go straight to the online. Yeah, so yeah, that was another thing too, because
that was stupid to do it that way. Like, I mean, they should have had the online. I mean, I get that if they didn't want to have it ready at the time the game launched, but having to beat the game to get to online, I didn't understand that. But I mean, I think maybe some people just didn't fucking finish the game, and they're trying to get people to come back to it. Maybe it was too long. Maybe they just realized there's not enough people engaged in the multiplayer, and they had expectations for it to be something that it wasn't. It didn't turn out to be, and so they're trying to get people back into the game. And hey, buy this for $5. We'll give you 500 gold bars. You ain't gotta do this stupid shit like get 65 level score to fast travel. like you can just do it from the beginning. Like you got the money, you paid for it, like and get them engaged in. And probably have some different game modes in the game. I mean, I don't know what they have in there right now. Again, I haven't played it, but
I
maybe
haven't
something
been in
more.
that in like so long,
Yeah,
man. It's been a
because like I
really long
mean,
time.
when you're playing an online game, you don't have to go through all this stupid shit to play an online game. Like most online games, like you want something quick and fast paced, jump in, jump out. You like it, like I don't know what the modes are, so someone can tell me in fucking chat. But like if there's not a mode where you can get in there and just do like a heist, rob a bank, kill some people, like and get out within an hour of playtime and go, you know, fucking smoke one. Like I mean, then I mean, people ain't trying to sit there and play online like that to get that achievement for an online portion of the game for an hour, like 2 hours long, just to get something done. Like it's like I know like a raid on Destiny could last what fucking 2 hours, maybe longer.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on your team and how well you kind of like
Yeah,
coordinate.
yeah. And I mean, I can think of sometimes in the division, like I've been on raids and like the equivalent of them, and like it's an all day event.
Yeah,
Like,
it could definitely be.
yeah, you got to pour up a drink, pull a chair up, get popcorn ready. Like it's like if you're not doing the shit and the coordinating right, you can be there for
You
hours.
just set up in the bathroom with a mini fridge and stuff to eat. Like set your console, TV, everything in the bathroom with all that stuff because you're gonna be there for a while.
Yeah, so like I mean, if there's not modes like that in there, maybe they have that planned later on down the road. I mean, that's again, I think they're just trying to get people to get more engaged in it and get it popular again. I mean, like we've seen it happen plenty of times with other games where it just died and they brought it back to life. Like think of Rainbow Six, like that game was dead in the beginning and now everybody and their mom plays it. So I mean, better this. I mean, like what else they got coming out besides,
I think that's
GTA?
that's the question right there, and I think you made a great point about really not hearing too much about GTA 6, pointing to the fact that GTA Online has been around for a couple generations now, and basically is their cash cow. That's where they make a lot of their money. And they kind of I could see them wanting some of that with Red Dead Online, but again, Pred, I got to agree with you, like with the time period and what it is, I don't think that living kind of like persistent world that GTA Online is, I don't think that would work with Red Dead Online. I don't see it being as popular, in terms of like the heists that you can do in GTA Online and just the complexity of the world and kind of like, let's be honest, it feeds off of kind of like I would say the greed of the player. The player wants all the good stuff, you know what I'm saying, and that's what you grind for. You grind for the best like apartments, the best cars, and the yachts and all that good stuff. And I just don't see Red Dead Online having that same kind of like draw to it. Like
Yeah, maybe that's a lesson learned from them. Like they can't take that same model out of GTA 5 and try and force that on every game they do because
I hope they don't.
Based on the genre that the game is based on. So like, I mean, we'll see. I mean, like, I don't honestly going forward. I don't think a lot of people are going to say, "Hey, I'm going to jump back into GTA 5 now." I just don't see that happening anyway. So, that's
I got you. Yeah, definitely. Yo, K Mega, chime in on this, brother. We have Red Dead Online spinning off. It'll be $5 for people who haven't like picked up Red Dead Redemption 2. What do you think is the reasoning for this, man? And do you think whatever reasoning that you come up with, do you think it'll be a success? It'll be what Rockstar wants from this kind of like online persistent world in the old school Western scenario, bro?
When we first talked about this a long time ago, I said that the potential is there because at that time we were playing the game, and I mean me and Pred. Well, I don't know who beat the game first, but but I was saying, look, the potential is there. It's just that the load times are so long, things like that. So the one thing that I think that they might be taking this approach is because if they separate it, then that should reduce load times. On top of that, it will encourage people who have the game, if they have the new consoles, to give it a shot because the load times are less significant. So if you have that separated, then it should be quick. Now, the one problem was because I only played the online twice. And it was tedious because you had to go through this crazy tutorial. And then after I'm creating my character, that took forever, which, I like to take my time when I'm creating a character. But still, there was limitations because you didn't have all the things that you wanted. So then on top of the load times, and then when you go and you do your first little thing through the tutorial, and then they wanted you to do another tutorial right after you got done with that, that's when I was done. Because I'm like, come on, I did the tutorial. Can I get out here and just, rope up a woman and take her back to the house? I mean, let me do something. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, let me just do some wild shit in the West. So hopefully if they've made, I haven't played, and that was when I first got to it, when it was first available. So that was about a year and a half ago. So I have not gone back. I'm sure that they've had some improvements. There's only been one person, and there's a female gamer that I've seen playing the online for Red Dead. So for what I see, it looks like it's that you can still do the same things that you did in Red Dead 2, but of course, you're doing it with your created character, and it looked fun. And I'm like, well, man, when the new consoles get in, I'm going to try to give it a shot. But for this, I think it's just the opportunity to try to get people to at least look into it, to invest, especially if you have an Xbox or PlayStation rewards. If you already build up some reward points, that ain't nothing just to throw a couple of bucks in and basically get the game for free, and then just to try it out and see how it is. The one thing that I hope that the game does is have lesser load times by being separated. But if it isn't for the older consoles, for the PS4 and for the Xbox One, and for the Xbox One, I think it's still going to turn people off, because even though the load times is long on Grand Theft Auto 5, people know exactly what they get out of that. So it's not going to catch up to what Grand Theft Auto 5's online is,
No.
but I do think it has a place. But I think if they make it a little bit easier for people to get involved into it at this point, I think it'll be all right.
I wonder if they did this to make this crossplay.
That could be a possibility as well. I mean, it was just like when we was trying to play Mortal Kombat Sunday, but that they were doing the crossplay stuff, but it was just in beta. Work.
Yeah, it
was in beta. So this
we
could
tried.
be a
we
sign.
tried so bad.
We tried, man. Oh my God, I want to play with Rambo now, because after seeing him come out the weeds, I showed a clip on Twitter. I ain't played with him yet, but he looks pretty dope. He's very different. But yeah, no, I just think that, that's the approach of what's going into gaming. Crossplay is just going to be a thing, man. I mean, I think from what's going on with the T-virus and how it slowed down production, or I should say, well, not now. I think production is ramped up on the consoles to come out, but
slowed down development.
Take a while,
and stuff,
right?
Man.
And it slowed down development and things like that. This is actually going to be pretty much a godsend for the gaming companies, because there's going to be a lot of people that's still going to be playing on the older consoles. Unfortunately, for those who haven't got the new consoles yet,
I'm taking that personal right there, bro.
I just said, look, I was in that boat. I got lucky.
Yo, he said that with his nose. He said that with his nose in the air.
No, I did not. I'm saying I got lucky. I'm not. No, nose in the air. I'm just saying it's a godsend, because when you go back to thinking about what happened with the Xbox One and 360 era, that was a shit show, because you couldn't play with your older friends. So now I think that it's a perfect opportunity for that. That's a great point, Brad. That's just smart, because that's going to bring more people into the game that may not even cared about the online aspect of Red Dead.
Yeah, that's the whole crossplay thing. That is definitely interesting as well. I want to give a shout out to somebody I just met today. They are in the chat. Came straight over from Stubbs Gaming Podcast. Rosie Brown, what is going on? Good to see you. I hope you like the setup. I hope you like kind of like the back and forth that is going on, because I got plans, man. If you are down, I would love to have you as a special guest on this show, as well as everybody else that was on that panel today, because all those gamers out there, It was absolutely awesome. Shout out to Stubbs Gaming again. I had an absolute blast, and Rosie sending me Christmas cookies. So I can't be mad at that, man. I'm definitely down for some Christmas cookies. But yeah, again, not too much else to say. I think we had some interesting kind of like opinions and kind of like thoughts on that. I do want to get into the bigger situations, the bigger scenarios, the bigger things that have gone on, and why not go to? Let's go to PS5. Why not? Let's not hold it back, guys. Let's talk about this. A YouTube channel called Gamers Nexus, which they are known for talking about, gaming on the PC side of things, getting into hardware, testing hardware, stuff like that. My buddy Mooch calls the guy that's like that does most of the videos, I think he calls him Gaming Jesus, because he's got like long kind of like rocker hair and stuff like that. But came out and did an analysis of the PlayStation 5. And before we get into that, I do got to shout out the friendly neighborhood Blue Shell. What is going on, brother? Hitting up that super chat, and he says K Mega showing off, brother. I see you heard it too. You heard that nose in the air, bro. You heard it.
I didn't think that I came off of that. No, I didn't think that. No, that hurts my feelings.
He wants
Xbox One, X Series X, and you guys are peasants.
Yeah, peasants. Yeah, peasants over here. Like,
yeah. No, that's definitely not my style, bro.
You gotta remember, Blue Shell. He wants to shoot you repeatedly in Halo. So
I know. He wants to come after my lock team, but that's okay.
He wants to try to get that work.
Yeah. You gonna get these hands?
Oh no! Yo, shout out to friendly Blue Shell, man. But guys, so in this analysis, this guy again, he is used to doing PC stuff. So when it comes down to knowing components, knowing how to test components and stuff like that, he is a knowledgeable guy. This is a successful YouTube channel as well, where they do things like this. Now, I tried to point out on social media that this guy has some serious concerns when it comes to the PlayStation 5. Importantly, the memory kind of like modules that are inside the PlayStation 5. Basically, half of them are not covered by any type of heatsink. They're basically connected to the metal plate that's covering the top. There's no heatsink kind of like connection for these things. And he said that the memory can get substantially hot. And with that being said, he also threw it in there that, some of the issues that we have been seeing in terms of games running on the PlayStation 5, this could be a direct result of what he is talking about with the memory modules. And the thing about this is, I put this out on Twitter, and people got mad at me for sharing this out there, saying that, there's nothing to worry about. It's within the parameters. And he was even talking about, when it comes to the company that made the system memory, how, maybe Sony, got them to sign kind of like it's almost like a waiver. Like, yeah, they can use it without putting it on putting a heat sink on it or something like that. It'll still perform kind of the way it's supposed to. But he doesn't know that for sure. But it was really interesting. And I know Dark got me to watch the whole video. All right. Because our brother on the panel, Mr. Optimus, went in and watched the whole video. And guess what? He was right. It was really, really interesting. Anybody besides Dark actually watched the whole video from this panel?
I did. I watched that guy all the time, actually.
Dude, and am I right? He is a knowledgeable guy when it comes to hardware.
Like, those guys, they do a lot of good work over there. Like when I built my PC, I listened to a lot of stuff they said, picking my components out and lining things up the way they said to do it. And I mean, like they know their shit. They actually, that guy, he breaks it down to the hardware level, which most people don't. Like it's easy to sit here and look on a screen and be like, oh, there's screen tearing, But like this guy actually pulls out equipment. This dude boils his fucking his damn components to fucking test the heat and calibrated them that way, boiled them and iced them. Like that's not some shit most people do. But like they've I've seen these guys break open coolers, water coolers to test them. I've seen them like they go really in depth with the stuff that they do, and it isn't just him. There's a couple other guys on the show too. But like like he knows his shit. Like if you guys are questioning, like you guys question Digital Foundry when it doesn't suit you, but this guy I can tell you right now, he knows his shit. He's not biased. He's gonna come out there and tell you everything. This guy tested every single version of graphics card out there when they came up. Every 3080, every 3070, every 3090, from every single one, EVGA, all of them, to see which ones were better, to give everyone out there like a better assessment. Like he does his work. So I can guarantee you he's put the work in for his shit though.
I will say he is one of those people though, and I forget his name. I love what Mooch calls him, Gaming Jesus. I think that's an incredible nickname for him. But I will say he does run on the tendency that absolutely cooler is better no matter what, which is, frankly, that's true when it comes to electronics, man. You want them running as cool as possible. But so Pred, what do you think about his kind of like breakdown and his concerns? Like after watching his videos, like I know me personally, I would not go out there and suggest to anybody picking up this system right now. After what he said, and it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was absolutely dire, but with the issues that are being done, like that are going on right now with the PS5, and we've seen multiple videos out on social media, so many people talking about, certain glitches, some of them being hardware, of course, some of them also being game glitches and software and stuff. But after seeing this video, like if somebody asked me, I got this money, I worked hard for it, I think I'm gonna go get the PS5. Do you think that would be a stable venture, stable kind of like financial venture for me? Me personally, I wouldn't tell them. Yeah, I would tell them watch this video, try to understand it, and then go with your thoughts from there. But what did you think about the breakdown, and would you have confidence telling somebody, yeah, nah, go ahead, get a PS5. It's all good, man.
Well, I mean, like, you got to understand, he tested one, right? And this could be just something faulty on this one. This thing about components.
Not having a heat sink on the memory modules could be faulty on only one console?
No, like, I'm saying not having a heat sink isn't the issue, but like the heat issue is the issue, right? So, like if it's just that one component on that one system, then that's just one system. Like he will say this. He's got to test more than one. Like he only tested one, and he'll say that to himself. Like I watched him do a breakdown of a 3090, and they found something that was faulty. He sent it back to the company and said, "This is what we found," and they concurred with him. Now that's something that Sony has not done. They're not going to come back and say, "Yeah, you're right. We should have done this." But but the company that they looked at when they were looking at the card, they actually concurred with them that we realized this, we noticed this, thank you, and they went and changed some things, some settings in it. So that's one of his 3080 or 3090 videos. So and they always do this. So if they see something wrong, they see something like this with the company, they'll send in their findings, and they'll let the company do what they want to do with it. If they want to.
Sounds like pretty knowledgeable people doing this.
Yeah. And they do I think one of the reasons why he didn't break it down the way he really wanted to, because he wanted to test the liquid cooling on it from day one till day 365 to see what the wear is. So they didn't break it down to that level.
In its static environment, he didn't want to lift it, move it around or anything like that. Yeah, no, I saw that in the video as well.
And he did come back and say, I think he said it's still operating, it still is a good system. He would just like to see things changed internally to help with cooling a little bit more. So he didn't say anything was wrong with it.
Well, he also said it stayed warm. It stayed warm for quite a while.
Stayed hot. Yeah, and that's what is eventually going to cause a problem with it in the long run. If it's you can't have something that's generating that much heat all the time.
No,
hot, cold, hot, cold. Think about something a piece of metal. It's brittle. Hot, cold will eventually wear it down. Yeah. And it's not gonna, it's gonna degrade it to some degree. And I think that's where his concern was. This is too hot, even though it's within operating temperature. This is still too hot for what I would like to see. And I don't think I don't think I could say, based off of his video, not to buy the system. If you want it, go buy it. I'm not gonna tell someone not to buy it. But like you said, I'm at least gonna show you. You're like you might want to look at this first, and then make your decision based off of that. So, but I think they did a really good job of what they showed, and I'm gonna be the same guy next week when they break down the Series X.
I can't wait for that video, man.
So I'm going to give y'all the same energy he sees a fault. I'm going to give it back to you guys the same way I'm giving it to this system. But I think they did a really good job. I don't think that temperature, operating temperature, initially is going to be a problem. But how long that lasts, how long you can sustain that's where we don't have an answer for that yet, because these systems just came out. I look at like my last PC build, like when I didn't have the cooling right on it, I didn't have the thermal paste down. And if you look back at the red ring at that's what one of the issues was. It was a paste. It was a thermal paste, right?
Some cheap ass thermal paste that they
used. And it caused it to stutter, and it caused the issues that you see on some of the consoles right now, like the screen tearing, the blackling out. And when I had my first PC build, that was one of my issues. I just went back, I wiped the paste down and put new paste on there, put it back on. It was good to go. Not everybody's going to do that. Not everybody's going to break that warranty, and you shouldn't have to. It should work when you buy it. Mm-hmm. That's the whole part of buying a console off the shelf. Not something you build yourself. It's something that's pre-built for you that's supposed to fucking work.
Yeah.
And I think that's where everyone's issues are going to come from with either one of these consoles. Because I've seen issues with both of them. Like it should work. It should you plug it in, you turn it on, it works. You shouldn't have these issues. And so we talked about this last week. I don't know what the percentage is of failure rate for these right now, because I don't think it's been put out. But it just seems like there's issues with both to some degree. I'm hearing a lot more on the PlayStation 5 side, but I don't know if that's just fanboys being dumbasses or if it's really real talk. And then I see Christopher Harding. So I saw this video. Yeah, well, I can make a video. That's one guy of 40,000 consoles that are out there right now. So I don't know what the failure rate is, but I can attest that both of my consoles are fine. I have not. Both of them. That's why I said both of them with my pinky in the air.
Yeah.
While he's playing his PC, by the way.
Yeah, while I'm playing my PC.
He's not playing either one. Yeah.
I actually did fire the PlayStation 5 yesterday and the day before yesterday. I've been playing a little bit of Call of Duty on there, so I've been using that for a little bit. But I've not had any issues.
Dude, you are horrible. You had the Series X longer, and you probably already put more time on the PS5. Oh my! Listen to that.
Put my pinky in there. My two Xbox 3s. That's
$1 million.
3080 GTX. Yes. Get on my level, bitches.
Oh no! And for that, guys, this show definitely deserves a thumbs up. If you haven't done it yet, definitely hit that thumbs up on that one. Pinky up in the air. Get on my level, bitches.
He's fucking Dr. Evil over here. There we go.
Let's go to Dark, because, he did also watch the whole video. So for anybody on the panel who might not have, you're soaking in this information from the knowledgeable people on the panel. That's a little secret in gaming podcasts, by the way. A little thing that a lot of gaming podcasts do. And I know there's been times I've been on other shows where I had no clue, what the topic was. But after hearing everybody, I had a pretty good understanding. So, Dark, you brought it to my attention. You're the one who got me to watch the whole video. And first off, I gotta say thank you, because it was an awesome video. He did, he talked about the good and the bad. He talked, basically, it was a thermal breakdown when it came to the system. And again, the memory modules, it was something that he was really kind of adamant about. He was very subpar in terms of design. How can they not have it kind of connected to a heat sink? When it came to the memory modules, half of them were underneath that huge ass heat sink, and then half of them weren't. And basically it was the half that wasn't. Then he was like, well, why? Why is this like this? This is definitely not optimal. Could be causing issues or whatnot. What was your breakdown of this video, man? And again, I gotta say thank you for having me watch the whole thing. I sat there, watched the whole thing. What did you get from this video? And do you think that people out there should give it a fair shot and not just toss it out the window? Yeah.
Well, I think what you posted it in the DM, that like a little clip, right, from somebody that was part of the Xbox fanboy community or whatever. So
I think they consider that either army or battalion
or army or
yeah,
whatever they call it.
yeah.
And I was all like, yeah, but this is just a snippet of what he was talking about. So I think, like watching the whole video, it brings to light a lot of things that probably are the issues that people are having with their consoles. Knock on wood, luckily I haven't had any issues except for the little Dark Souls thing that I had, and people got all upset about me saying something about it. I remember like K Mega even like retweeted it, like quote tweeted it, and then like everybody blew up about it. They were like, I can't believe, how dare you?
Dude,
And then
if you
somebody
want
called me a
reactions to
clown
your
and called me a Xbox fanboy and shit like
brother,
that. I was
if
just
you
like,
want
okay.
reactions from a Twitter post, you just tag K Mega in it. You'll get reactions,
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah.
That
And I
is
wasn't
true.
even mean. I wasn't even mean about it. I was just
I
like,
know
hey,
you weren't. Yeah,
no.
you were just pointing it out, like, hey, check this out, like even Dark is having issues, like I mean, that's the thing with these consoles, like we're gonna have issues right out of the gate. But to get back to the video, like he really broke it down, man. I mean, he really let us know, like, hey, this is a concern, and then and that was funny because I even put in the DM the review tech uh talking about this video, and then how he even said that he wasn't he it's not a concerning thing, and I was just like, wait, how can you not be concerned about this? Like even Pred, the tech guy on the podcast, even says it's a little bit concerning, like
Pred, the
come on,
PC Master Race guy, is like, yo, you guys need to look at this real quick.
Right, exactly. So it's like it was weird as to why some people are downplaying this as being a non-issue, but like, yeah, it might not be an issue right now, but maybe later on down the road it will be.
Well,
Like,
heat wears down components, and the funny thing
right.
is, it's like, oh well, I saw people on Twitter, people were trying to argue, oh, it's within its range, and I'm like, did you watch the video? Because even the guy stated like he couldn't get a proper temperature like underneath the module, like it was basically he was measuring the temperature on the cap of the module, which he said, the actual internals could be 5 Celsius higher, which would put it right at the brink of what was acceptable by the company who made those memory modules as well. So with that being said, if you're running at like, try to run a car at top RPMs, absolute top RPMs all the time, and see how long that car lasts you. It's not going to last you a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too concerned about it right now. I think in the long run, maybe like 2 or 3 years down the line, that might be a little bit more concerned, or maybe even like a year from now, I might be
I was going to
concerned.
say, you might shorten that up a little bit, yo, bro.
Because I think, if it might happen to me, like where the module goes out, and then I gotta get a new console, and that's kind of shitty. I mean, that's not. I understand, like, they want to build these consoles and they want to make them to, the best, that they possibly think they can, but like, if you're cutting corners like this to just, be like, oh, well, it's okay. No, it's not, because you're playing with people's money. You're playing with people's, wallets and stuff. And like, people will still buy it, but guess what? From now on, I guarantee,
Oh,
anybody who asks me, like, hey, did you guys lose me? I know it's
we
going
lost
in and
you
out.
for a sec. We lost you for a
but-
second. It's actually been pretty good so far. So
Okay, so I think from now on, I think I'll let people know, like, hey, maybe you might want to watch it before you jump in.
And
Yeah.
Pred, it's time for the.
shout out! I want to say shout out to Six Layer real quick, and he brought up a point that was also brought up in the video on the breakdown. They talked about the fan, and they said how massive this fan was and how powerful it was. So you know what, Six Layer, you are right. More
There we
facts.
go.
PS5 update increases fan speeds. That's another thing. That fan is so freaking powerful. It's like a
He brought that up too in
Yeah.
the video.
Yeah, it's like
He said
up
he
to
said
a,
like they
a
could
30-watt like fan real quick. Like that thing.
Yeah.
That thing can ramp up. It's just it'll get loud. It'll be that thing that people were talking about. Oh, it's so quiet now, stuff like that.
Honestly,
It will.
at this point, I'd rather it be loud than to be faulty.
Brother,
you know what I'm saying?
A loud console is typical when it comes to PlayStation. Let's be real.
Just put some fucking headphones on, or get a fucking soundbar or something. Like figure it out. Like, you don't have to fucking be quiet in your fucking room, like playing video games or whatever. Like, you can buy a headset, like, and have the sound go through the headset.
You sound like you're damage controlling right now. I mean, come on.
Just saying,
literally have my One X running right now, and I can put my freaking headphones up to it. You ain't no fucking hear that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, if we want it to not be faulty, then, and if they have to crank up the fan,
If they have to, they have to do it.
Yeah, exactly, do it. So if you're gonna complain about that, then put on some fucking headphones.
Aren't you sick of that though? Like I think I would.
I mean, what are you gonna do, dude? What are you gonna do? I mean, you pay.
Make
fucking...
a console that you don't need to do that.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I mean,
But they made this one though.
But you can't.
It's out there.
They made it. It's already out there. You can't do that. So I mean, like, maybe when they do the Slim or whatever, but there's nothing you can do now.
That's like going in the narrative, like, we're waiting for games. Well, hey, you're waiting for a better console. So I mean, what actually runs the console or the game?
I mean, not necessarily are we waiting for a better console. I mean, I don't know how loud the fan would actually get. I know they haven't even tested it, how loud the fan would get.
Well, I've seen enough videos to say that bitch is gonna get loud as hell. I'm just telling you.
Well, I mean, if anything, I mean, the Pro was fucking loud. The fucking the PS4, the PS4 was loud. I mean, honestly, it didn't bother me. Like, that's the thing. Like, people take this and make it seem like it's the worst thing in the world. It's not. Like, if they gotta overclock the fucking fan to get it to cool down more, then they got to do it. Like, I mean, I don't know what you want, Crispy. You're fucking trying to make it seem like
I'm bringing out a good point. I'm sorry.
You got Mega sitting back just sipping on that crown, like
you're not really bringing out a good point, because
how is it not a good point?
Because it's already fucking built, dude. It's already built.
But you can't go back to the drawing board. That's what he's saying.
Can't go back to the drawing board. Until they come out.
One thing I want to state first off. One thing I want.
You know what? All those people,
guys. I love the arguing.
A PS5.
I am the moderator here,
motherfucker. I'm just saying, man.
Okay, all right. Check this out. First off, I want to shout out, King Thrash Gaming is in the chat, and brother, this might be the first time I've seen you in the chat. What is going on, dude? Good to see you here. And King Thrash said, but the Xbox One S gets hotter though. Now, first off, do you know that from the component standpoint? Because also, when it comes to like aiming like a thermal kind of like gun that'll measure temperature, it's only measuring the plastic on the outside in terms of temperature. Now, granted, you could absolutely be right that the One S is hotter. But you also got to see what the parameters are with those chipsets and whatnot, and what the temperature kind of like what the gauge is there for the temps on that stuff, to see if it's generally a concern or if it's within the parameters of those components. Like there are things to look at there.
Even some of the other, like I was I think who was I watching? I was watching Spawn Wave. And he was even saying like it's kind of within the parameters, but he said it is a little hot on the hot side. But I mean, like, here's the thing: like, we're really not gonna know. Maybe not a year or 2 years from now if these consoles are going to be faulty when they get super hot like that. We don't know. We don't know until the next until it happens. And that's the thing that sucks. Like, if 2 years or 3 years from now and it happens and we gotta buy a new console, that's gonna be shitty. That's gonna fucking suck.
Yeah, dude, and that's kind of like the concern right there. I got to give a shout out to the
But that's
wise
the thing.
old.
We don't.
Can I give a shout out? Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, he said, "Go ahead." Yeah, my bad. Yeah, the wise old gamer. What is up? It is good to see you in here on a live show as well, bro. It is good to see everybody here hanging out with us, guys. Please remember, if you haven't done it yet, definitely hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. Dark, I do want to get other people in on this conversation as well. I have a feeling...
there was one more thing I wanted to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Just that we haven't seen what they have done with the Xbox
this is your
yet,
disclaimer.
So.
This is what you're saying. This is your disclaimer.
I'm just saying, like, I'm interested to see what the Xbox is going to do.
Mega, that sound like a disclaimer to me. Does that just sound like a disclaimer to you? Like, I had to be truthful about the PlayStation and just to be nice to the community out there. I gotta say, I can't wait to see what they do with the Series X and when they test that as well. You know what I'm saying? Disclaimer to me.
Well, yeah,
but I do. I want to see that video as well.
Don't you want to see the fucking Xbox Series X?
I want to see it as well. But I am the moderator here, so I can point things out about you, which is what I'm gonna do. But Mega. First off, I don't know if you watched the whole video or not, but I know you
didn't watch it.
You've seen the information out there. I don't know if you saw, but me, Mooch, and Enrique from Basement Radio Arcade Podcast, we had like there was like a little back and forth going on Twitter. Enrique tried to call in his boy Optimus. Optimus, not Optimus. Optimus is my boy. Optimus is his boy. He tried to bring in Optimus to kind of, and I'm like, dude, I wasn't asking Optimus. I was asking you, bro. Like, it was a little crazy. I don't know if you saw that or not. But
yeah, I saw a little bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about this information? I see people steadily trying to downplay this YouTube channel. To me, it's amazing. Like, people can say whatever they want about Xbox, and then it's the absolute truth. No matter what, it's the absolute truth. That's what's going on. As soon as you get knowledgeable people voicing concerns over the PS5, then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, they're not credible. No, it's not that bad. Well, mine works fine. That is the big thing that I hear. Well, mine is having no issues, and I'm like, well, dude, did they only sell one, or are they trying to sell millions? Because if they only tried to sell one, it's a success because yours is fine. But if they're trying to sell millions, there might be an issue out there. Dude, what do you think about all this, man?
I mean, it just comes to just to show that the play for me is what I've been saying for a while is that the mid-fresh is going to come a lot sooner than what a lot of people think that it will
really?
For the PlayStation 5. Yeah, no, I mean it just seems like they were a little bit they wanted to wait a little bit longer to get it out, maybe even get past the pandemic to try to get out as many as they possibly can. But because of whatever that happened with the pandemic and then just other things in general for the pricing and parts and then the situation what was going on with the chips and all that other stuff, you would think that Sony may have wanted to do it next year instead of this year, but they had to bring it out. The console was already being made. It's here. And so therefore, regardless of so with that big fan and everything that they're doing, and it's how big the console is and all of that, I just feel that it's just like, hey, look, we got this out here. It's going to last for a little while. We'll have a mid refresh it'll get, and then by that time, if people are playing the consoles for a year and a half, 3 years,
that
I
really
think
sounds like Red Ring of Death status, because that's exactly what Microsoft kind of thought. They're like,
yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of, look, I don't think we'll find out. See, this is the thing. Sony is quick of telling us sales numbers, but they're not quick to tell us about, the attach rate of what's going on with how many are faulty.
returns and stuff.
Yeah, returns and stuff. They don't let people know about that. And of course, them being really quiet about this is also a telling tale that there are some issues out there. They, normally it would be something like, oh, well, it's a patch or something like that or whatever. And then when you see the stands themselves not opening their mouths and saying stuff, they're more worried about Digital Foundry. They're more worried about talking about how many consoles have been sold out in Europe. Everything else except for something that should be talked about in the PlayStation communities, people having issues with their consoles, they're talking about something else. So that's also a telling tale as well. So listen, I mean, when I start seeing all these clips and everything and watching videos of people's problems or whatever, it is part of it is that, new consoles, we're going to have it. I know that my Xbox, my Xbox One Fat had a disk drive problem. My Xbox One X, when I first got it, it had a heating issue. So it happens. And then with this, I thought that the disk drive was messed up, but Don let me know that he had the same issue, and it's because of the 4K Elgato's that interrupts it. So if I disable that, then it'll be fine. So and then also there was a patch that came in to where I could download stuff like that, and that came in last week, or this weekend, so this past weekend. So everything is working fine on mine, but I understand that there's other Xboxes out there that's having issues. But trust and believe, if there was as many Xbox and Series X's out there messed up as what we've seen with the PlayStation 5, this would be everywhere. And you also starting to see the rumblings happening in the gaming media where they're talking about these issues going on with the PlayStation 5. So again, it's not like we're trying to attack it. It's just that it needs to be addressed, and Sony needs to let their consumers know what they're going to do to resolve it. Being quiet about it to me is the shittiest part about this. And then for the PlayStation YouTubers out there, the content creators, all that other streamers, all that other stuff out there that's pro Sony, they have to address this as well. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If this, as an Xbox gamer, look, I could have sat here and said, well, my Xbox is absolutely fine. I had no issues.
I love that excuse. Microsoft and Sony, they just wanted to sell one console, and it was to you, bro.
Right. And so, but what did I do last week? I said I had an issue with the disk drive, but now I see what I've hit up Xbox. Xbox hit me back up and said there's an update coming. Because we've heard the issues, and I was gonna, and like I said last week, I'll let you know if anything else is happening, and I'm letting you know now. So again, it's not about the fanboy war bullshit. It's about, look, you're a consumer. We all pay money for these consoles. We're excited to get them, but if there's some issues with them, then they need to be addressed, not only by the people who loves those particular consoles, but by the community themselves. I mean, playing favorites on shit that's faulty is gross, in my opinion. It's actually it's a disservice to other gamers out here who don't even give a shit about the console war. If there's people out here that has a choice, if they want to buy both consoles and they find out that the Series X is doing better in that retrospect, or if it was opposite, if the PlayStation 5 was doing better, then I would be looking to get a PlayStation 5 first, then get an Xbox later once they iron the shit out. But we don't get that these days in the gaming space, and it's really disgusting in my opinion. But other than what the clip that I seen with the person showing about how hot it got, because that's as far as I've seen. I took it just kind of and I'm glad that everybody said that they watched it and these dudes are credible, because I kind of looked at it like Digital Foundry. I just posted something and said, hey, Sony, hire this guy. It seems like he knows what he's talking about. Of course, that got people up in their feelings about it. But at the end of the day, I just kind of look at it as look, let's just talk about the issues and see if they can get resolved, because there's PlayStation fans that really actually want to know if there's patches coming for certain things. Same with Xbox gamers. And let's out of this point, just get out the fanboy war shit and let's just think about wanting to take care of our fellow gamers out there.
Nice, brother. And I gotta say, yo, shout out to Face23 Brooklyn. He brought up as we're talking about heating issues with the PS5. He brought up multiplats running better on the PS5. Now the funny thing is, one of the things I saw with that was Dirt 5 with the 120 frame per second mode. People were pointing to like headlights and stuff and how the graphics weren't as good on the Series X version as opposed to the PlayStation version. But here's the thing. You said running better. Now, this is something that not a lot of people were sharing those pictures of the headlights and stuff like that. This is information they didn't share. I went back and I watched the video where the actual performance at 120 frames per second was better on the Series X, according to Digital Foundry, where they said maybe that drop in the graphics, you know, it smooths something out in terms of performance because the Series X with that game in 120 frames per second performed better than the PlayStation 5. So, like, it depends on where you're getting your information and if you're getting all the information. You see what I'm saying? People will pick out certain things when it comes to breakdowns and only show those certain things, and they'll try to say, well, look, this is better because of this, and it's only a little specific thing, and they're not showing you the whole picture, which is why, again, I got to shout out Dark Optimus for saying, hey, did you watch the whole video? Because usually I do when it came to Gamers Nexus and kind of like this thermal breakdown, and usually I do, and I was like, no, I didn't. And he reminded me to go back and watch the whole thing. And when I did, I had a better picture of what was going on when it came to the kind of like thermal testing and stuff like that. But we gotta get our dose of hashtag Crispy Truth. Now, Crispy has been in the chat, and of course he has been messing around with his favorite fan of this show, which is Chris Hart. I saw that a little while back. Now, Crispy, I don't know if you watched this video or not, but you did. You got a lot of information from everybody before you about what is going on here. Now, I got to ask you what your thoughts and opinions are when it comes to the, you know, what has been presented here by what I would call knowledgeable people testing the PS5 and the basically the thermals of this system. Another thing was it stayed hot after it shut off for a while. He even pointed that out. He's like, man, it really didn't dissipate that heat for a long time after it shut off. There was definitely concerns, you know, within that whole breakdown. What do you think, bro? Like, what do you think? How should gamers take in this information, according to Crispy?
According to Crispy, as far as the PlayStation is concerned, unless you play it just for, you know, a few hours a day, exclusives, wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. And I'll tell you why. Because the design of the damn thing, and this is not just this video, I'm going off of people I've talked to, people that work in retail, like Best Buy and stuff like that, and they're not buying it. They didn't even want to buy it after a few things that, you know, just didn't transpire. Like, oh, they waited this long to give it to actual people, and they left it in a solid environment, and, you know, you had to come to them to go and play the first build of the console that got onto YouTube and everything. Like, it's pretty ridiculous how they've approached this. You know, logically, okay, through physics, the way the Series X is designed, especially if you stand it vertically, not horizontally, the airflow should be completely logical to you. It makes total sense. Mm-hmm. And that's why the fan does not, you know, take 30 watts to run at its highest RPMs. It's totally logical that they design the console to cool it as efficiently as possible without making a ton of noise. Now, instead, you have the PS5, which has a much larger, more powerful fan. And that is because it is blowing into the two plastic sides, people. It's literally blowing it. And that's why you have
Crispy,
all that area around
Well,
it.
Crispy, real quick, when it comes
Anything-
when it comes to the fans, this is what I want to say before you like keep going with it. Now the fans, they are, I believe it's between 20 and 30 watt fans, but they are not tuned to go that high. Like, and that's where I think, you know, when it comes to the heat, like they can put out a firmware update, like Six Slayer said, and this is something I thought about as well. So it's good to see me and Sick kind of like on the same page here. They could put a firmware update out that would kind of like release more power into the fan, let the fan ramp up even more. And I think that's why they put in a 20 to 30 watt fan into the machine, because they started off low, so this way it's quiet. But if they were having kind of like hardware issues, we all know Sony stated themselves that as games run on the PS5, they're going to check kind of like the analytics. They're going to check and see what the games are doing, how they're performing on the system, and they will adjust with firmware updates to handle any type of heat concerns or heat issues when it comes to the PS5. That was my first kind of like red light on the PS5. It was like, hold up, you're going to wait until the games are out there?
Okay, Bot. So thank you for, you know, taking half of what I was going to say.
No problem, man. I mean,
this should be just Xbox podcast, not next podcast. I'm screwing with you. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, you know, you can do that all day. Okay, you can ramp up the fan. You can do whatever, and sure, it's a simple fix as far as like short term. How about the long term? Anybody think about that? Because like I just said, think about it. You have this powerful fan that's blowing into plastic that's going to blow air back into the console. The design is not correct. It shouldn't have been made that way. They wanted to make it that way because they are a traditional console company. They wanted to feel right laying horizontally. That is my total opinion on it. And I'm telling you right now, I went to Best Buy and the manager was on the floor because everybody was on break. And he literally told me, I ain't buying one, even though I had one, after all the people told me they had problems, because I waited, because I'm the manager. I can let it sit behind the, you know, the little step stool around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, hey, it's there, you know, I'll get it later. And he started seeing more and more come back. Now, you wouldn't tell me the actual number that they have to get either fixed, replaced, whatever. But he's like, the problem is we have no stock to replace them either. And he's like, I don't know why people aren't talking about this more, but you know, maybe it's just because they don't want to feed into the fanboy wars. Maybe they're not on Twitter. He's like, I'm on Twitter. I see this shit all the time. He's like, I don't know what to tell you. And I was like, well, let me buy one so I could trade somebody, and then they'll just think, oh, it's Sony's fault.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, you know, because I'm like, can I, you know, because I went there originally to be like, hey, can I get on like a list or something, you know, in person? I'm like, you know, you talk to somebody, maybe you can, you know, kind of, you know, get through the. He's like, no. He's like, dude, we're getting like 3 Series X's or something on Black Friday, and he's like, dude, I wouldn't even wait in line, bro. And I'm like, all right, well, it's good to know. I shouldn't waste my time. And he's like, we got a couple Series X's back there that are faulty, but I'll tell you right now, it's 2-1 right now for PS5. That's all he told me.
Wow, really?
So you could think of that as just, you know, 6-2. I was like, he just said 2. We got like 2. You know, like he's being nonchalant about it. I don't know. I see. Wait 3 months, and like I said, a lot of these guys that have PlayStation 5s that are probably Xbox gamers, you may never even know. You might, because you might only play for 2 hours. You might play Demon's Souls for 2 hours, get your ass whooped, want to throw the controller and say, "Oh, let me go to Xbox." You know what I mean? But for those people that constantly they play their multiplats, they play everything on the PlayStation 5, I think that's where the problems are going to come involved. And you know what? You can sit there and not talk about it. That's fine. Don't talk about it.
I'd say those are the people that won't talk about it, though. Like...
Well, and then you know what? And if they sent it back and you don't see no gameplay from them and stuff like that, why not talk about that? Well, do you have the PlayStation? You're talking shit about the Series X, but you claim the PlayStation 5 so good, yet half the people I see putting out clips with PlayStation 5 have Series X's too. So why are you even talking about it? Because I could possibly not believe that you even have a PlayStation 5 right now. Whether it be you bought one to begin with or it broke on your ass. So cut the shit. If there's a problem, there's a problem. We have a problem, people. There's too many people that have just followed me or have never listened to one of my podcasts, literally tweeting this out. And it's so many different problems. And these are games that are first-party games that are having issues also. So I don't get it. I don't get the double standard. You know, everybody wants to just, hey, Xbox sucks. Hey, Xbox, oh, that headlight looks way better on PlayStation. like, dude, just stop, okay? Because if you're going to go, and for me, if I had a PlayStation 5 right now and I was a huge PlayStation fanboy, or vice versa, I had a Series X right now, and you know, I am a huge Series X fan. Am I a fanboy? I hope not, because I would talk trash if that shit was happening to me. And I would say, what's going on, Xbox? And the thing is, Xbox might actually respond to me. Think about that.
Oh, damn. Damn, he brought it there, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Guys, very, very intriguing topic. But we do got to move on. We got to get to Phil Spencer, because Phil Spencer talked to The Verge, and you know, we had the transcript in the DM, and you know, for people who don't like to read like myself, you know, we had, you know, unless I have to, all right, like I can read, all right, and I will read, but if there's an option not to, like if somebody gave me a book and the DVD, I'd watch the DVD, like, first and foremost, no doubt. But Phil Spencer had an interview with The Verge, and what I asked from the panel is, I asked for, you know, people on the panel to pick out, you know, one thing that they thought was kind of like the most important out of this interview. I did take a couple notes for a couple things as well to kind of keep the conversation going a little bit more, you know, for you guys in the chat and for people who check out the channel, you know, afterwards. But as you can see, we are very, very engaged tonight. So again, I am going to go to the West Coast on this, because I'm going to go to my brother Dark. Phil Spencer opened up for The Verge, man, and he really said some very, very interesting things, and I think I know where you're going with your kind of like important point in what he was saying. What do you think was what really stood out to you in Phil Spencer's interview, and with what he said? Well, the mic's yours, man. What did you pick? Yeah.
I liked the fact that he said that the console war is fucking retarded.
Is that what he said? Word for word, he quoted it?
That's not what he said. Word for word. He of course, you know, did it more professional than whatever I would have said. Because I would have been straight up, this is fucking stupid. Because I honestly think the console war is stupid. Yeah, me and Crispy go back and forth and shit like that, and of course, you know, K Mega and stuff like that, we go back and forth. But in all reality, like, it's so fucking stupid, man. Like why are these people like I mean, the only reason why
are you capping for billion-dollar corporations, man?
Yeah, exactly. Like for me, the only reason why I said what I said about the PlayStation in an earlier topic is because I have one and I don't want it to fucking break. You know, like I don't want my money to go fucking down the drain. I mean, you know, like, that's the only reason why I said what I said. But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, if it does go down the drain, then I mean, I guess that's on me. You know, that ain't on anybody else. That's not on Crispy. That's not on fucking, you know, anybody else except for PlayStation and myself, you know, because I was the idiot for buying a fucking PlayStation 5 right away. You know, like, we got to take into consideration that, like, you know, these consoles have just come out and we're already starting a fucking console war. Like, it's getting worse, it seems like, than getting better. Like, people are just going off on fucking the dumbest shit, man. Like, like, honestly, when I saw the Digital Foundry video, I honestly did not see. I didn't see the things that people were talking about. Like I mean, yeah, the frame drops and stuff like that, but like, I mean, did it bother me? No, it didn't. Not at all. And then people are like make it a narrative that like, hey, the PlayStation's better, and it's like, is it though? Like, or are both of these consoles really good? And well, I mean, we don't know about the PlayStation right now. Like,
Wow,
after that
wow.
one video, we don't know.
Yo,
We
Dark,
don't know.
hold on real quick. Yo, King Thrash in the chat. When you say y'all gameplay is literally a last gen multiplat, I hope you're not talking about the gameplay on this show, because we are one of the fire looking podcasts out here, man. And I
Even
know
though
you
Bot
know that,
uses
bro.
his own gameplay, unlike he uses, other people's gameplay.
Uh, Yo, it's coming. It's coming, guys. Yo,
Yeah,
episode
yeah,
soon.
you
You're
say-
gonna
you say
you're
that,
gonna vote.
you
You're
say
gonna vote
that,
for the best
and then-
gameplay. Okay. I just want to make sure these guys are ready and that they'll get the gameplay in on time and all that good stuff. Although,
I gave
You know me,
I
I
gave you
ain't-
gameplay 4 weeks ago. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
yeah,
Oh, shit!
you
That
mean
tells-
you mean
what
when
does
I
that
thought
tell you?
mean when I thought I was dying? I got you, bro. I got you. Like,
Oh shit! Yeah, that's
Well, you
true.
can use that now. Go
Damn.
ahead.
yeah,
Find
no,
it.
I'm gonna use
throw-
that card, bro. I'm
Throw
gonna
that in Crispy's face. Fuck
I'm
Crispy,
gonna yeah,
man.
rub it right in there, man.
But no, I mean, like that was the one thing that I liked about Phil, is that he was basically saying like this console, we shouldn't be doing console wars. We should be having empathy for the technology that we're making, and for the games that we're making. Like both sides have really good technology. Like especially Xbox, they got that smart delivery. Like honestly, I wish the PlayStation had the smart delivery, because that would be awesome. Like I've seen people go from one game to the next and be in the same spot they were with the other game. Like that's awesome to have. So like there's
Oh, you
other
mean
things about
smart delivery or quick resume?
Oh yes, quick resume. Sorry.
Yeah,
quick
smart
resume.
delivery.
My
You
bad.
can literally take pieces
But-
of the game,
but
and
even
you
the
can download those.
But even the smart delivery though, too. Like
But
like
Sony doesn't
the
have that?
PlayStation. Well, I mean, kind of, but
Oh,
not.
damn,
like-
he said, yo, you heard that thing? Kind of.
It's not really smart delivery. It's more like it's something different. It's kind of like
It's slightly educated delivery. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's not like what Xbox is doing with their console. Like it's
Dude,
just
are you trying to say it's public school delivery?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't. I would say more like charter school.
Wow. Okay.
But like, man, I mean, I honestly, you know me, as soon as fucking Halo drops, I'm getting the fucking Series X day one. Like as soon as fucking Halo Infinite gets here, I'm buying it. Like honestly, I would have probably bought mine already if I would have saw it out in the wild or whatever. Like if I would have saw it at like Best Buy or something like that, oh shit, I would have bought the shit out of that. Like day one. But it's just I agree with Phil. Like we shouldn't be
Dude,
talking about.
Didn't Phil say that could be the one thing that would push him out of the
Yeah.
industry? Like continued kind of like fanboyism and stuff like that?
Yeah, this continued bullshit of just like people going back and forth about the dumbest shit, man. You know how many
Just
times
gave
I get on
everybody fuel
Twitter?
for the fire right there with that bullshit. Every fucking Sony guy's gonna come after him now.
Yeah, 10
I
times
don't
more now. Like, get the hell out of here. Like,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm on Twitter and I'm like, fucking. Sometimes I just scroll by shit, man. There's just so much fucking trash out there. People are just like ridiculous. It's like, come on, guys. Like, really? Like, do you really care that much that the Xbox is doing this or the PlayStation is doing that? They talk more about, most of these fanboys either talk about PlayStation more or they talk about Xbox more, and they're on the opposite side. You know what I'm saying? Like why aren't you guys playing your games? Like it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why are you sitting on Twitter all fucking day? Going back and forth with people and And unless you got an excuse, I mean, there are some
Well,
people who have an
they can't
excuse
say that
out there.
they're waiting for their game to load with that super fast SSD anymore. They can't say, well, you know, I'm
Right,
posting because
right.
I'm waiting for my game to load. That can't happen anymore. So
Right, exactly. You can't do that anymore. So, you know, what are you guys doing? Like, do you guys even have a PlayStation 5? Do you guys
We
even have a
got it.
Series X?
Woo.
Or are you guys just, you know,
I don't.
because
I don't
it
have a
don't make
Series
it
X.
it doesn't make sense to me unless you're like at work and you're just goofing off. I mean, you know, that could be too, but like for me, I'm not doing that. You know, like as soon as I'm home, I'm playing my games. You know, like after work, I'm done. You know, I'll get on Twitter here and there, just to maybe say something or whatever. That's about it. You know, like I don't sit on there all day, every day, trying even you guys know, like on the weekends, like I'm barely ever on there. Like I'm barely ever on, man. Like if I don't tweet out something, it's probably because I'm not on Twitter doing something. So, I mean, I feel for Phil on that one. I mean I think the whole article was good, but from what I took from that, it was just I was just like I absolutely agree with him on that. You know,
Okay.
it's stupid.
I got you, brother. I got you. And I know Crispy said he has something different for us than that whole thing. So Crispy, again, Phil Spencer talking to The Verge. What did you pull from that? What did you want to talk about when it came to that interview, bro?
Well, number one, if you actually listen to it, which, you know, I mean, most of
Are you
us
calling
like,
me out? Are you calling me out like I didn't listen to it, bro?
I think you read it, didn't you?
He read it.
No, I listened to it.
Well, we were like, for those that don't want to read it, so I was like, okay, well, I guess you read it then.
He was like, Chris was like, that's right up my alley.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
I'm not reading like I'm not gonna sit like,
reading
dude,
is
I read
hard.
enough crap. I read enough crap already. I'm like, if this is crap, I'm not gonna like it, and I'm gonna stop reading it. So then I listened to it, and it was very very knowledgeable. Like the questions he asked were very good.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
You know, one of them that he asked, which kind of it almost went like Phil went kind of off topic. Like he was basically asking like, you know, do you just like be like all of a sudden like, oh, we're gonna manufacture these 1 million consoles right now, kind of along those lines, and you know, Phil goes, no, and he goes, you know, manufacturing and shipping. We started manufacturing kind of late. Late summer. We were a little bit later than the competition because we're waiting for a specific AMD technology in our chip. So we were a little bit behind where Sony was in terms of building units. Think about that. That is a direct quote from me listening to it. And I listened to it that part multiple because as soon as I heard that, I said, wait a second. So you have specific technology that the competition may not have because they were already building units before.
Yeah, they wouldn't have it at that point because they had to wait for it. You know what I'm saying?
So, just for all of those new resolution gate people, I'm just warning you. You might be in for something because I have already said there's 2 games right now that are optimized for the Series X. It's Ori and the Will of the Wisp and it's Gears 5. And I'm going to tell you right now, anybody that has a PlayStation and a Series X and they've went to PlayStation first and then they played the Gears 5 campaign for the first time, which is a few YouTubers that are out there that have done that, have absolutely had their minds blown playing that on the Series X. So I am just warning you that I have the receipts.
I see you with a fistful of paper. Like I have the receipts right here.
Because y'all.
I mean,
y'all
I would
actually
like to see those receipts though too. I'd like to see them.
I think
you
one's from Dollar Tree.
Yeah. No, it was from Dollar Tree where I tried to get my Series X. There you go. But I'm just telling you what he just said. That was completely transparent. Phil in this interview, and I suggest you go and give it a watch. It's actually a little hard to find. I mean, you should almost put the link in, but I'm just saying. But it was an incredible interview because he went in on a lot of different things, a lot of stuff about streaming. He actually said that, the dude, and I don't want to butcher his name, so I'm just gonna say the interviewer was like, hey, is streaming the end all be all? Is there going to be, a lot of people think there's going to be no other console generation after this, and he was basically adamant about no, unless like all of a sudden everybody adopts playing on their phone.
Well, yeah, he said it's up to what the gamers want, though. Like he said he doesn't see it happening, kind of like in the near future, but when it comes down to it, it's what the gamers want. And see that right there, Crispy, in my mind, is perfect marketing speech, because I know from going to school for like marketing and graphic design, but the marketing side of it, I do know that what these companies do, what these corporations do, is they sway. They bring the community. Like if they want them to make a left turn, they will gradually get them into the left turn. So what's going on here is like, well, if the consumers want it, but what they'll do in the background is they'll kind of get the consumers used to it and kind of get them to want it that way. You see what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying, but the thing is that still for us, that they call us the hardcore, and we're 10% plus of the market. You know what I mean? It's still millions of people, at the end of the day. So you have to understand that our thing, a lot of us, is the fidelity, the way the games run and play and everything else. That's why there's so many PC gamers out there. Right now, streaming is not going to hit those marks that people want, and I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be another 10 years before we actually see something that's comparable to like a high-end PC or something like that. Even now, as far as streaming is concerned, so I don't see that as an issue, and I feel like Phil is just kind of like. I mean, because his initial, and I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was very like he was almost like, no, this is not our path. Like, yes, if like everybody adopts playing on the phones, basically type thing, that's when we go and be like, okay, or everybody's like willing to just download it to PC. But also, he kind of hinted at like having some kind of other thing that would kind of add a little hardware to where you're streaming at, like a dongle or something like that.
Well, Crispy, I'm glad you brought that up, because one of my quotes can kind of like feed right into what you're saying as well, because when it comes to like what Xbox is doing, a lot of people are talking about like the streaming and stuff like that, and are they trying to get out of consoles and all that good stuff. And basically Phil stated that the gaming industry has been fueled by existing gamers for basically a decade. Is what's going on, because with the xCloud and the streaming, and not necessarily having to use a console, being able to stream games on your phone and stuff, he stated he doesn't want Xbox to come down to how are we going to get that $10 extra from that same gamer. And which is why they came up with this whole kind of like streaming service and trying to get to the mobile market as well with xCloud and stuff. I think that feeds right into what you're saying in terms of like the dongle. And he even stated when it comes to something, he said we're going to see something within the next 12 months in that category. What do you think about that in terms of either a dongle or possibly games being streamed directly like to a TV, because TV does have that hardware behind the screen. There are TVs that have that hardware, and games could be streamed directly to the TV. What do you think about what he's saying about that, bro?
Well, and I think at this point, especially with Satya at the helm of the entire Microsoft, it's really about we don't have to sell the hardware to get people into our ecosystem, and that's kind of what he went back on. He actually talked about how, because he's been in Microsoft for so long, how Bill Gates, how Steve Ballmer, and how Satya have inspired him in different ways. And he really gave good points about each person, and one thing that Satya is doing now is he's basically saying like, there's so many billions of people out there. How can we touch all of them? And how can we make a great product that is going to make them want to, not only enjoy our ecosystem, but, be a part of it. And I think, Phil is right along the lines with Game Pass and everything else. And I think, like I said, like this interview, like really, you could take tidbits from it like all over the place. It was pretty incredible. And, you know, and that's where I go and say, like, you guys, you need to wait for them to finally get out the damn games, which we want. We want the games, okay? And, you know, he wanted Halo Infinite to come out, but also he thinks there's going to be a better Halo Infinite coming up. You know what I mean? He thinks it's going to be better than it ever could have been because they said, no, we can't release it right now. And that says something about him. He didn't want to do it. Anybody could have pushed the game out, but they didn't have a broken game, right? And who wants to play a broken game after a while? Nobody. So, I mean, and then you just lose interest and never go back to it. So, I don't know. Like, I think we're in for some great things on the Xbox side, and I'm sure PlayStation. I mean, you're going to see probably something from God of War real soon, and you got Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West sitting there. You know,
it's just Horizon Forbidden West. The Zero Dawn was the first. It's not Horizon Zero Dawn. And Crispy, my apologies. I correct everybody, even PlayStation dudes, on that whole thing. I'm like, Zero Dawn is the first game. Forbidden West is the second one. The franchise name is Horizon.
Let's just hope it's not a DLC.
Yo, for real. But no.
Don't even, Crispy. Don't put that out in the air. Don't do it.
Forbidden West, like I don't.
How
think...
long is that Miles game? I don't know. I saw somebody beat it in 4 hours.
Wow.
Well, yeah,
Shots
they're
fired.
playing that on easy.
Shots fired. Easy mode is no longer called easy mode. You guys know this. It's crap gamer mode, okay? Yo. Let's be real now. But I don't know. Let's go to K. Yo, Mega, did you catch any of this interview?
No.
All right. Let me pose something for you then. It's about Halo Infinite. It's something that Phil Spencer said about Halo Infinite, and you know. You already know he's gone on record stating that, you know, in a legacy manner, he really wanted Halo Infinite to launch with the Series X just because, you know, a Halo hasn't been there for the launch of an Xbox game, Xbox console since the first Xbox. And that was like, he really wanted that there. But he also, he stated basically, he's like, when it comes to it, the game being delayed, he's like, well, we wouldn't sell more consoles, you know, when it comes to the launch of this system. Like, basically, the consoles were going to sell within, like, the first year anyway. Basically, they're all pretty much kind of, like, accounted for, is what he's saying. You know, the hardcore gamers are going to come in, they're going to buy it, all that stuff. He says, it'll be ready at a time where it can actually sell consoles is basically what he's stating. And I know some people, I'm looking at this as this was a very business orientated kind of like response to the Halo Infinite delay. I got to ask you, what do you think about him coming out and basically stating the business side of it? You know, with the launch of the Series X and the Series S, we already knew we were going to sell these consoles out. So it kind of, you know, when it came to delaying the game, we were like, yeah, definitely delay it. But he's kind of saying that, you know, it's going to come out. When this game comes out, it'll actually have the ability, because we will have the stock in there, it'll have the ability to sell more consoles. Now, I got to ask what you think about him saying that, stating that, really putting the business side out there. And I got to ask you now, because people are thinking, you know, it's going to come out like early 2021 and stuff. With hearing Phil saying that, do you think it's going to come out early 2021, or do you think it's going to come out later in the year, bro?
No, I could even see it coming out early 2022. I think I said this a couple of weeks ago when there was a discussion about these games and what was going to be presented and all that. And I think I said, well, I know I said, it's not going to matter at the end of the day what games are going to be there, because if you go by the logic of what we've seen in last gen, when you've seen PlayStation 4's lineup compared to Xbox One's lineup, then the Xbox One should have dominated this whole generation. So again, he just, you know, reiterated what I was saying just a couple of weeks ago, is that the hardcore is already going to get these consoles. They're already pressed for it. There's still hardcore gamers out there that's still waiting to get one of these consoles. So that was the selling point. New technology, the SSDs, all that stuff is what gamers are craving to see games at better visuals. Just like while there's gamers out there now that's getting new monitors, new televisions, because they know that they got to upgrade in order to get the full situation, the full iteration of everything with these consoles and what they have to offer. So no, it is what it is. And so I think what they did with Halo, I don't think the game would have ran bad, because from the way that it looked when it was running, looked fantastic. It was smooth as hell. It's just that aesthetic, and it just didn't pop out. And then of course,
no, it did pop out. There were a lot of pop outs. Like,
well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the tearing and all that other stuff. Like it just wasn't ready for prime time to do that. Like that trailer, even if the game would have came out fully polished and everything, the trailer just gave a bad look for what was going to come for Halo Infinite, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Even though the game looked good, it just didn't look like it should have been for people to actually started seeing Halo for the very first time. So it was just a smart decision. It was a smart business decision. I got the whole thought process of what they were going to do with bringing in Halo and starting this whole new era with Xbox and all of that. But the one thing too to look at it is that Phil, regardless, and I didn't even have to listen to it to know from what I'm hearing from other people, is that he still sounded confident. So that should tell you right there, for all the people that's over here capping about, the PS5 is performing and doing slightly better. They're not saying overwhelmingly, but they're saying slightly better. They're fighting for these crumbs because they were also must be nervous about what the Series X can possibly do. And it's like Crispy said, look, this console has got a lot more to offer. We're just getting started. The PlayStation 5 haven't even been out in Europe for what, a week yet. So maybe a week now, whatever. But no, I think, it'll be a week, I think on Thursday or something like that or whatever. But regardless, it's good to see that he still has the confidence. The other point that he made that I'm seeing that people said or people are talking about is the whole fanboy war stuff. Look, when I first got into this, right, but I kind of looked at it like the whole schoolyard playground stuff. People, ragging on each other or saying the dozens or whatever. Just talking a little shit, kind of like how we used to do it back in the days with the Sega and the Nintendo days and stuff like that. You talk a little shit. You got pride for the preferred console or whatever, but you still played and enjoyed the other console, even if you didn't have it at the time. You would still want to get that other console. This type of shit that's going on now is you got people that want to be so involved to want to be corporate, CEOs of businesses, or they want to be the next digital foundry, or they want to be something that they're not in their real life, and that they get so enamored by this shit, or they want to pretend like they're in some kind of gangster mode, want to be some kind of rapper and want to turn it into some kind of beef. It is the most embarrassing shit that I've ever seen. And at the beginning of it, I looked at it as, this is fun banter. But then the more and more I start dealing with certain people, the more and more I started seeing that this is just, they're all about fuckery. They don't care about any of that. They don't care about gaming in the sense of how I care about gaming. And so I had to start separating myself from it. And so then the more I start separating myself from the bullshit and start just getting into it, and of course, yeah, I'll still smack a person in the head, talk some shit, but it's never in the intention to say that, look, that I hate PlayStation. Even though you've got people out there that'll say I do, because I'll talk about PlayStation because they don't want to talk about PlayStation. But then again, I don't see them really showing any gameplay of anything. I'm showing tons of gameplay, not only on my videos, but on social media. I'm always showing something. You know what I'm saying? And talking about something.
I taught K-Mega well when it came to gameplay. That's all I gotta say, people.
Yeah, that's why you was getting your ass kicked in the Dead or Alive. But regardless of it, it's just like some people take some people take it so personally, or they want to try to pretend challenge and try to make it, and then they lie, or then they make these stupid ass excuses. Oh, this and that. I'm beyond that. That shit's underneath me. I'm just going to stomp you out. 2020 in 2021, I know I've been on this case about like I'm not going to block people. I'm because I kind of want to see what's going on. I don't even care to see it anymore. I feel like Phil on this shit. Not like I'm going to go anywhere because I'm not. Nobody ain't going to push me out of doing anything unless I choose to go. But for just how I look at it is that, look, what I say for it, I'm saying for it, having some fun with it, talking about gaming. If there's some concerns I have what's going on with PlayStation, don't take it with malice. Take it as that I have a concern for me that pays money into PlayStation and has been a PlayStation adopter since the very first goddamn PlayStation when it came out. Don't take it as that, oh, I just want to hate on PlayStation. You're just not talking about it, so I'm going to talk about it. When Xbox have issues, I'll talk about those Xbox issues. You can just listen to every GRG from the very beginning to the end. So the point of it is like, I definitely agree with Phil of this shit. It has gotten too out of hand, and people fake the funk. They want to be something that they're not. And once you see these people in person, I guarantee you, because I have, they change real quick on that attitude shit. Or they get quiet and you don't even know that they were there. So that's the real reality of what's going on right here. And I think we need to get past it and move on and just enjoy gaming for what it is. Talk about the problems, have a little fun with it. But other than all this other little bullshit, kick it to the dust, man. Kick it. Cut the fat, as I say.
You know, it's funny, K Mega, because you bring up the whole like Sega Nintendo thing, and it's something that I've talked about even with like Crap and Mooch, and because they brought up like we did it back in the day, and what I think it is, and it's unfortunate really, because we were around back in the day when that was all going on, and even back then I didn't really get into it. My brother had a Genesis. No. And I had a Super Nintendo, so I was able to play either one. You know what I'm saying? But what happened, I think the people, and I'm not saying all the people from back then, but unfortunately, a lot of those kids, when they grew up, they didn't really mature in that space. And
they didn't really grow up?
No, they not in that space. You know what I'm saying? So they still want to throw in the whole my system's better than your system, and there's a whole younger generation that's mixing into the pot as well, especially with the gaming community, with social media and stuff like that. So all of a sudden, we are becoming horrible role models for like young growing minds as well. You know what I'm saying? Like they're seeing that.
And you know what the fucked up thing is that half of these people are fucking in their 40s and 50s, fucking arguing about fucking.
It trips me out more than anything when I see somebody that's in their mid early 30s and try to say, "Oh, you're in your 40s." Bitch, you're just less. You're like 10 years old. You're still an adult. You're
like 2 steps behind me.
Yeah, well, you're not that. You're not. You act like you're decades behind me. I can understand this 17-year-old kid. Oh, Mega, you're old. You're in your 30s. What the hell wrong with you? You're not that far away from me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I would have. So it's embarrassing, man. And listen, for anybody out there in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Listen. I've heard, look, we played Tekken. I don't know how many times. I was told that was supposed to see people come in and play Tekken with us and stuff like that. Listen, Fight Night is every Sunday night. You can come in and you can join us and you can have a good time with us. All that other talk. Listen, keep that over there on your side of the block. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. Fight Night Sundays, every Sunday night, baby.
Nice.
K Mega should change his name to K Mega Tekken.
What?
K Mega should change his name to K Mega Tekken.
Well, we didn't play Tekken. We didn't play Tekken.
Yeah, but you had to say the name. You had to put Tekken out there.
Yeah.
Well, no, because
just invite him to MK, bro, and then we'll have some fun. There you go.
Well, hopefully, if the cross gen. Because I don't know if he has a new console or not. But if we could do that, then you know what I'm saying. So he could come in. Like I said, it's
talking about me.
No. There's somebody in the chat that's going crazy talking about invite me. Listen, I've sit there and I stream this shit every week. come on in. Don't sit there and send people in there talking about, oh, I got people that wants to come after you. Just come in.
Come
Just say,
after
hey,
you?
look. Yeah.
Well,
Like,
people
I
want to
was
come
sent.
after you.
I was sent by J
You got a
Dub
mob?
to come dust y'all up and whatever. Let's play. Look, we're playing a certain game, and then people over here talking about other games to want to play. We're not changing our routine for you, man, and we're enjoying
How did we get
fighting
on this
games, bro.
topic?
I
How
have
do we
no
know?
idea.
I'm just saying, it cracks me up, bro. Like, these dudes is weird. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, you got to move on. You got to trim the fat, man.
Yo, whoever is over here, trying to coax K Mega, I hope you are enjoying the show. Yo, definitely think about subscribing, possibly coming through every week. Yo, it is Thursday, 7 p.m. We bring the next podcast is about all gaming news, so it doesn't matter the platform, anything like that. And we invite all gamers to come hang out with us and talk in the chat and all that good stuff. But
we also talk about Pred's OnlyFans as well. So.
Yeah, and we're trying to get Pred rich, man. So you got to also subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Yeah, but with that being said, that was a great segue, by the way, because I am going to Predator next. Now, Pred, did you get a chance to see anything when it came to this interview, bro?
I read a little bit, like the very beginning of it, so I mean, I got the gist of it.
All right. Was there anything that kind of like stuck out to you that he was talking about? Anything of interest, man?
Well, I mean, like Phil's always come out and been like, it's about gamers, it's about the ecosystem, it's about expanding the gaming community. So I don't know how anybody could spin that. Like I know people will. Like, look at Phil's being kumbaya or whatever, and. Yeah, but he's always been that way, though. He's always been a gamer. He's always been trying to expand.
Pred, just real quick. Yo, Albert in the chat. Yo, dude, you said you guys should definitely come on Crossfire. Dude, first off, I have talked to Mooch numerous times about getting. That's another thing. I've talked to Mooch numerous times about getting K Mega on as a guest when it comes to Crossfire. Not only that, Predator has been on numerous times. Dark Optimus has been on numerous times. Crispy, haven't you been on as well?
I've been on twice until Crap told me to shut the fuck up. So.
Okay, so when it comes down to it, guys, we've already been there and done that.
Yeah, I've been on that show like multiple weeks at a time. It's like I just haven't been on there in a while because the other parties that are on there I don't agree with. But I mean that's been Phil. That's who Phil is. He's always trying to promote gaming in general, and like people don't understand like him doing that, even if it's coming from him and you're not an Xbox guy, like he's promoting something he's passionate about, and that this gets more people. Like keep in mind, like I'm pretty sure he was a catalyst to getting all those knuckleheads on stage a couple of years ago. I think it was E3 and they all got together, the Nintendo guy, the Sony guy, they got on there and they kind of trying to promote gaming, and like that's just him in general. He wants everybody to just game where you want to game, play what you want to play where you want to play it, and his mindset on business isn't like that I want to say Killer Phil. He's not that guy's gonna go out and just do something to make more money. He's gonna do something to bring people into gaming. So that's just his genre. Now, I will say this, like we did, like K Mega was saying before, we went through that phase where that the Sega versus Nintendo phase, and back then, but everybody's gonna have their choice. They're gonna have their favorite console. They're gonna have their favorite merchandise. Whether it's Nike or Under Armour, whether it's Toyota or Ford. I mean, that's just
give me a Mustang. Give me a Mustang.
Yeah, it could be the fucking Dallas Cowboys and the fucking Washington football team. Like, you're gonna have your choice of team that you like, or like you're gonna be team one or the other. It's like it's that's fine. I think where the problem lies is when you take the trash talk and you take the aggression and you're jumping on podcasts that you don't need to be on just to spread your bullshit, or you're just consistently just spreading bullshit lies on Twitter and do it like you're purposely being a troll, basically. To spread that's where the problem comes in, and like you're not a good person doing that kind of shit. Like,
you're not a good person.
Yeah, you're just an asshole. Those same people, when they get shut the fuck up and they get sat the fuck down, they don't say shit. You know, they'll sit there and keyboard warrior all day, but face to face, those guys, you know, they're just like little fucking retards sitting in their fucking parents' basements or something. I won't say retards is a bad word, but you know, fuck it. They're pussies, man. I'm just gonna say it the way they're little pussies, man. And like, you know, when you confront them face to face, they ain't gonna say none of that shit. Oh, dog, I was just playing, dog. I'm just having fun. I mean, I've seen it. I've had to deal with people like this on the internet. Oh, this is all good and fun. You call them out, you put their ass on this fucking spot, they fucking backtrack, and that's just like that's how you know you're dealing with a pussy. So like, dude, it's okay that you have I don't have a problem with anybody having a preference. I don't. Like, you like PlayStation, you like Xbox, you like a fucking Nintendo Switch, you like goddamn Ouya. I don't care. Play what you want to play. But when you start taking it outside the realm and you start spreading bullshit just to spread it, I have a problem with that. And you guys will see me. I will go off on somebody in chat. I'll go off on somebody in Twitter. They'll shut the fuck up, and I won't hear from their ass again. And I've gotten to the point now where I just block it. Like, I found Twitter to be so much more friendly when I don't have to see people's bullshit all the time. I just block them. I didn't used to do it. I would leave them on, like K Mega said. I leave them on just to read what the fuck they're talking about. But I'm like, you know what? If you're not gonna be man enough to tag me in this shit, don't even. I mean, I'm not even gonna fucking follow you. I'm not even gonna give you the entertainment that let you live rent free in my mind. I'm just gonna block you, and I'm not gonna have to deal with you anymore. Like, and my Twitter feed looks so much cleaner from doing that. It's just like it's like a breath of fresh air. But you know, like, I mean, you're gonna have these people. They're gonna jump in. Like, you know, we got one in here who's constantly here every week. That jumps in here and just says bullshit. You know, he knows who he is. I ain't gonna say his name. I'm not gonna give him that clout. But I mean, it's stupid. Like, I mean, it's okay. We got it. You like that shit. Like, you like that console. It's fine. But like, cool. Why are you here? Why are you here? What's the point? You know, I mean, I don't get it.
Hey, don't try to get like subscribers and viewers to turn away, bro. I'm just saying, man. Don't do that.
Yeah, and moderators. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. The homie you talking about got a wrench, bro. What are you doing?
Hey, you can take that wrench away whenever you want to. It's fine. Yeah. I'm all for it. He don't deserve it, no way. Yeah, I mean, like,
wow.
I mean, why are you here? Well, if your whole point is to sit here and just cause trauma and bullshit, you shouldn't even be here in the fucking chat. Like, you should just play your PlayStation. Like play Ghost of Tsushima. You never finished.
Whoa! Oh, you know that for a fact, sir. That he didn't get it done.
I don't know. I mean, you bought the console, you like it so much, play it. I mean, that's like, you don't have to, like, even though I have everything, like I will sit here and I will chit chat with everybody. I won't dog a console. I have my favorite, obviously, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna sit here and dog anybody for what they decide to play on. And I think that's what Phil's coming from. He's like, why, like, dude, like, we all gamers at the end of the day. Just game where you want to game. And so,
yo, Thrash, I gotta say, I don't block anybody. The only time I do block or I'll mute people and stuff like that is during the Series X podcast. But even out on Twitter, I don't block anybody because, like, I don't see a point in doing any of that. All the words, people can say whatever they want about me, but at the end of the day, it's just words, and nobody else's words will affect me one bit, brother.
Why does this guy sound like he's fucking butthurt?
Wow.
Every time I read something from King Thrash, I always think to myself, like, he's butthurt about what he's saying.
Damn.
That's what it sounds like to me, dude. You just sitting here fucking complaining about what we're doing.
I was like, what the fuck are you here for? Like,
yo, I appreciate that, Albert. I definitely appreciate it. I don't see any need in doing all that shit, man. We're talking about games, people. We're talking about toys and games here.
Like, I mean, if you think about it. Like, if you take both consoles and strip them down butt ass naked, the only difference between the two is some exclusives, maybe like 3 a year, and a controller. They're exactly the same. And maybe two to four frames. Like, really?
What are you talking about? Series X got that power, bro. 12 T-flops, man. What are you talking about, bro?
They ain't using them right now.
Pred's only saying that because he has
he hasn't played it.
he hasn't played it.
I'm gonna play it this weekend. I promise you. I'm gonna turn on. I
keep
had to
thinking
get the PlayStation set up real quick. I had to do Assassin's Creed. I got to hit the PlayStation set up for my stepson, and I got the Series X here. I'm gonna hop on and play some Destiny this weekend. I promise.
Oh shoot. I'm gonna be on the lookout for you on Xbox then, man.
I'm gonna be on there. Don't worry, I'm gonna be on there.
Bot's ears are ringing now.
Yo, my ears, I can move my ears, and I just literally just pick my ears up. Like what?
His little TP stood up a little bit, didn't it?
Wow.
little twitch.
Geez.
Little ball jumped a little bit down there.
Brother, fine. I ain't gonna look for you.
It's the Xbox 448.
Wow. Yeah. What's going on, people?
Yeah, maybe it's
never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. But on that note, guys, I think it's about time to wind it down. We did have one more topic. That topic has been skating through for the last couple of weeks. I do want to talk about that, but we are getting kind of late. It is Turkey Day tomorrow. People are going to be comatose from so much turkey and still trying to play games. They're going to have drumsticks hanging from their chin while they're trying to play their Xbox or PlayStation. It's going to be an incredible day tomorrow.
Oh my God, dude.
Huge shout out to everybody who came and hung out with us tonight. Again, this is not the typical night for the show. For people who don't know, we are live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So we were live at the right time. It was just a different day today because, everybody's going to be with their family. Everybody's going to be, they're going to be hating that they're with their in-laws, all that good stuff. And, so we decided to go today. K-Mega, he begged me to do it today. He said, we have to do next podcast this week. So, shout out to him for giving me the inspiration to be like, you know what, we got to go on Wednesday. It's all because of K-Mega. I just want to let you guys know about it. But no,
bro.
awesome show, man.
You started like the stuff in the chat.
Yeah.
Everything's your fault tonight, Mega.
Everything is K-Mega's fault, hashtag
fault,
blame Mega is
blame
what
me.
Hit Twitter up with that, funny gifs as well. Any crazy gifs that you could do, hashtag blame Mega. Definitely put them out there. Tag us in it so this way we can see them as well. I want to see if anybody will do that. Yeah. But again, crazy show. Huge shout out to the chat. Thank you guys so much for all the support. If you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up button and also subscribe. This is the home of the next podcast. It is also the home of the Series X podcast, which is an Xbox podcast for the Xbox gamer out there. We do not mention any other platforms. No comparisons. No console war bull-ish. Just talk about, Xbox gaming news, Xbox entertainment, stuff like that. If that sounds like it's up your alley, you haven't subscribed yet, definitely do that. I also do game streaming on this channel. I also do live videos of gaming news as well. There is content to be had here, people. But on that note, like a 40-year-old with a comb over, it is time to get those plugs in. And I'm going to start with the Connecticut resident himself, Mr. Crispy Bomb. Crispy, as usual, always good to come in next podcast, talk gaming news, hear your opinions, hear you drop that crispy truth. You are a part of other shows. Now is the time to tell people about those. And as well as, share any place that you would go and talk games or play games with people. You know the drill. Now's the time to do that, man.
Well, this is it for this week, and I'm about the moment. So, you want to check me out soon. It will be next Tuesday, Retro Renegades, 7 p.m. And we'll see where everything falls into place from there. But yes, usually tomorrow would be, or Friday mornings would be Breakfast with Boom. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And we're all talking games, we're all BSing. Anybody that's butthurt, I mean, just don't come back in the chat, dude. Because I tell you right now, you come into Series X chat, and I'm laying the hammer down, bro. It's called Mjolnir, and he's going smash you. He's going to smash your head out the freaking chat. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
So don't play. I'll call out admins too, Chris Hart. Yeah, I got you, bro. So, I enjoy this community, and I think I think Dark put it best. Like, it's getting a little ridiculous, guys.
It is.
At the end of the day, gaming is supposed to be goddamn fun, bro. And I'll tell you right now, you come join party chats with like me, Bot, Nukem, all these dudes that like do community game nights, the fight nights at K-Mega, dude, we just have a lot of fun, man. Like, you just got to have fun. And if you're not having fun, if your more important thing is the tweet and to come into, chats that, are mostly Xbox guys. I mean, Dark, sometimes I don't know about you. I'm just saying, but
Hey, man, I like to keep you on your toes, motherfucker.
Yeah, you do keep me on my toes. but like if that's the best thing you got, bro, like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, you gotta get life, man. I'm just saying. That's all I gotta say about that.
Wow. And again, I appreciate all the viewers and all the people that tune in every week. Thank you guys so much. Yo, Predator. I just thought it would be natural for you to follow Crispy. I know there was a couple things that Crispy said that you had jokes for. I kind of appreciate that you didn't kind of go in on that, but dude, dude, he left a couple wide open too, man. But yo, do you have anything to announce, man? And yo, how is that OnlyFans going, man? Are you getting there? Are you getting rich, bro? I'm saying.
Let me see. I'll tell you in a minute after I get done doing my outro. Yeah, I'm up to like $300 this week already.
There
so
we
I'm
go.
Good.
There we go.
I'm doing straight. I just paid off my PlayStation. I was supposed to, I was gonna do the shop last week. He asked me to hop on, and I ended up not being able to do it. I think I was hungover somewhere. Maybe this weekend I'll hop in if he asked me to do it. Oh, I'm sorry, looking at chat. But yeah, if I don't do that, obviously next week we'll be here. Like as always, I'll have a new OnlyFans video up for you guys, and some new MySpace action going on. Maybe some some Yahoo chat shit. I don't know. I mean, You never know where I'm gonna be at, man. I'm everywhere. So I will be on my Series X this weekend. I promise, guys. I will get you guys some Destiny 2 footage this weekend for the next time we do gameplay, and hopefully it'll be a lot better than the shit he's been. At least we didn't get Sonic gameplay because that shit was garbage last week. But,
what?
And that Forza gameplay was. So we'll get you guys something better than that next week, man. I'm sure we can do something with that.
You know what? Next week, guys, if you're ready, we can vote for best gameplay with the crew, man.
I'm never gonna win. I get that, but everybody knows who's the best gameplay is. It doesn't matter about the votes. Man.
It is definitely Xbox 448. You know it, bro.
Yeah.
But on that note, let's go to the West Coast, which is always running behind on time, man. They're always like 3 hours behind on time when it comes to the Lord's time. But yo, Dark,
this is the devil's time.
Yeah. Dark,
especially with that internet.
Wow. Okay, one more time. Ready? Yo, Dark, what do you got, man? And any plans for the week? Anything you want to announce, man? What's going on?
No, you guys can just find me on Twitter at Darkonimus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation at the same name. And yeah, man, I mean, you'll see me here next week probably, or maybe you'll see me on Crossfire. I know Mooch has hit me up in the past week, so maybe you'll see me either this week or next week sometime.
Nice.
On Crossfire.
Nice, brother. And if I'm there with you, you can just defend the shit out of me, okay? That's what we'll do.
No, I'm not. You know me. I'm not going to defend the shit out of anybody. Or you, especially you. Fuck you.
Dude, what do I not pay you for? I'm saying, what do I not pay you for? You know,
you not pay me for a lot, and I love it.
That's what I'm saying. You got to live up to your non-payments here. But all right. So let's go next on the list, and of course this man, he is on YouTube, he is on Twitch, he is on social media, he is everywhere. It is my brother K Mega. Yo, Mega, what is going on with your YouTube channel? What is going on with your streaming? You got to let people know what the deal is, and of course where they can go to talk games with you, brother, because we have been doing this for such a long time.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can catch the GRG podcast every Friday night, except for this Friday. You'll see us on the 4th, which is next week, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time, the True Lord's time. So
you can't say I already used that.
Yeah, no. Connecticut, man, is too little to be talking about anything except for.
Yo, dude, we live in the shadow of New York City, man. We're right
coverage.
Next to it.
Data coverage. That's what y'all can talk about now. Anyway, but no, check out the GRG podcast, man. The crew out there, and I'll be looking to get a couple of guests on, man, so we can definitely get a different perspective. But again, when you reach out to some of these PlayStation dudes, they don't like to come on because K Mega is cancer to them, I guess. Or there's other people that want to just kind of make the show like something else, which I don't know. But other than that, man, yeah, but check us out. The Twitch situation, it is still weird. I don't know what's going on right now. I've contacted them numerous times, but I'm still streaming on YouTube. But if this doesn't, then I'm looking like I'm gonna have to move again and then just go to Facebook. So I'll keep you guys
you're running
posted
out of options,
bro. Man, I don't this stupid thing, man, and just that automated thing that keeps coming back. I need to talk to a person, but of course it's the holidays, so maybe that could be one of the reasons. But hopefully that can get resolved so I can get back into my account. But other than that, yeah, you can see me on Twitter at KMega4. Yeah, and then just hang out and just hang out and check us out on Sunday night, Fight Night Sunday. I think this will be Yobi's last one for the year with us, so yeah, we're gonna have to make this one count, man. So we're gonna have to probably have to try to pull an all-nighter.
He's gonna be moving and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's gonna be moving and stuff. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying, we're gonna have to make this one count. So we're gonna try to stay up as late as we possibly can on that one.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah, Sir X Man, I don't know how we're gonna make that work, but you'll probably go to sleep out. I don't know, probably
old ass man.
But anyway, but yeah, no. As always, thanks. I hope everybody stays safe, man. Look, man, I know the holidays is special, but man, this is a crazy situation, man. So everybody be safe, man. I'm not going to go to any family functions these holidays. I'm staying my ass at home. I'm not doing it. I know there's going to be a lot of people that's going to do what they want to do. Y'all grown, but but I care more about my family and others than I do than just sitting around at a table full of people eating food when I could just, I can do that next year. So after when we get this cure and shit. So anyway, but everybody stay safe, man, and have a happy holiday, man. God bless y'all.
Nice. And again, on that note, shout out to you guys, everybody that hung out with us, and everybody who checks out the show afterwards, man. I definitely appreciate everybody who comes in live, but everybody who checks out the show, because not everybody can make it, when we are live. So I definitely appreciate all the people who shows love and support for this channel. Yeah, and I'm gonna make the outro quick, guys. We will see you next week for the next podcast. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Later. Wow, that was a pigeon.
No.